Get, get fucking paid, bitch. Lil Beezy, taking it easy.
Hello there, BZ.
Whoa, who said that, dog?
My name is Buck Chuckle Fuck, Ideology News.
What's up?
Yeah, I'll be conducting.
Buckle chuckle, you gon' suckle. I'm a cuckle buckle, yeah.
Wow.
That's some lyrical mastery for you right there, man.
Wow. I mean, that was for free, folks. I'm very lucky.
Can't even believe that shit. I'm the architect of my own destiny, man. Third eye open, third eye open, third eye crew, third eye crew.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I get paid. You get paid? Do you get paid, Mr. Chuckle Buckle?
do I get paid?
You get paid.
I do get paid. Somebody's saying the audio was fucked up.
Audio is good, dog. Audio good.
Everybody's saying the audio was fucked
good,
up.
dog. Listen, man. Wait, no. Fine, man. Yo, you stupid fuck. You getting paid now? You get paid now, nigga?
Yes.
What's up? Buckle, chuckle, suckle, fuckle, man.
That's me, yes.
Yo. Test up in, yeah. Choppy fucking chop your fucking ass, bitch. You got this kind of money stack? You get to, you fucking, it costs $1 million to insult Lil Beezy, man. Can't you fucking do that shit? I got money out the ass. Let me pull my ass for a second. Money.
Wow. That is impressive. And pretty much everything about you is impressive. By the way, for those that may be just joining us or had trouble joining us earlier, I am Buck Chuckle Fuck, Ideology News.
Bucko.
I am joined by the, I guess, would I be over the top saying the king of Xanax Lil rappers?
What's a king to a god? And what is a god to Lil Beezy? Nothing.
Well, I think that says it all. I feel very privileged to be with you here
Third
today,
eye open,
sir.
Third eye crew. What's up?
Yeah, shout outs to so the third. Can you tell me? Maybe we can start there then. Can you tell me a little bit about?
Man, we already begun. We can't start when we already begun. You stupid.
You're absolutely right about that. Can you tell me a little bit about the Third Eye Crew? That's what your growing legion of fans has adopted that name. I mean, a lot of people speculate.
Adopted, it ain't a fucking child, stupid. It's a fucking, listen. Let me explain Third Eye Crew to you. Listen, man, you see this, man?
Yes.
My ink here. I got, because look, what this, you symbolize this? My eye's open. My third eye is open, man.
Okay.
Just listen, and the people, they look, they see my third eye's open, and they're like, man, they respect that, because you don't see too many third eye open, man.
I am,
and that's why I get paid. That's why I make more money in a minute than you gonna make in your fucking life.
I mean, racks on racks.
Money.
Speaking of racks on racks,
see this shirt?
Yeah.
$10 million.
I
$10 million shirt.
I just shit my pants.
This is made out of the skin of orphans.
I just shit my pants again.
See that?
Let's. I'm gonna let you
Look
guide.
at that. This is George, motherfucker. What wooden tooth, motherfucker, right there.
Oh.
He making all kinds of cheddar, dog. He on the cheddar.
Yeah.
He on that cheddar. Sorry, I opened my eyes too wide for a minute there. The world is ugly.
Can we talk about money for a second? You have a level of wealth that most people never even really dream of conceiving of. You're sitting there, just eating $1, which to most people, that is.
I don't even care. That's like a snack to me.
That's what I'm saying though. Is like you have such
It's like a snack to Lil Beezy.
You have such disregard for money
Yeah.
that you don't even bother exchanging it for something on the 99-cent menu. You just go straight to eating it. That's how much. That's how little it means in your
they
world.
See me come in over at the Golden Arch, man. They just like Lil Beezy here. You know, they don't. Man, I ain't gotta pay for shit, yo. I ain't gotta pay for nothing. World give me this shit for free. They give me this money for free. This is just decoration to me.
Huh.
Lil Beezy is the currency. This is just a prop.
Ah, okay. Well,
And these haters can't top me.
I suppose that our
These
audience
haters can't stop me, man. You know, you seen these haters, man.
I do.
And every
You
one
do
of them
have your
wants to be Lil
detractors.
Beezy, cause ain't no one can do it like Lil Beezy.
Well, let's talk about that.
Ain't no one can do it.
You know, we already asked about the king, and you told me about the, you know, you consider yourself above the god, and you're in a whole different realm, and I'm willing to buy that. But what is it like?
Ain't no realm.
What is it like when the army of haters descends? You know, those people that are always seem to follow success, and the more success you get, you know what I mean?
What was the question again? I was thinking about ass.
Wow. Well, let's move on to ass then. That's definitely on my list of things to talk to you about. You have a particular love of ass. Your first triple platinum hit, Ass, Ass, Ass.
Oh yeah, dog. Ass, 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 ass,
Yeah.
ass, 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 ass. It goes like that for like 3 minutes, dog.
Well, I know. I mean, you don't have to tell me. I'm a huge fan, like
A lot of
everybody
motherfuckers.
else.
Look, all this shit, man. It's about the hook. So get that hook in there, man. Keep that hook going. Ass, 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 ass. Ain't no motherfucker thought to do that before Lil Beezy.
I mean, I cannot argue with that, and who would want to? Your second album,
You always seem like you got proper respect for Lil Beezy.
Well, I'm trying to be as respectful as possible.
You
I'm
trying.
I'm very familiar with your work. I'm a
In
gigantic
the words
fan.
of a great philosophizer, do or don't do, ain't no try, nigga.
That's not a word. What did you say?
Whatever I say is a word is a word. I could be like slibbity-gabba-dabba-doo. That's a word now. Lil Beezy invent word. You know how many words Shakespeare invented? Lil Beezy has invented 15 times many words as Shakespeare.
Where could we springboard into a conversation here? What's on your mind right now, Beezy? Maybe your mind needs to just...
Got my solid gold cat.
Now, how's that cat? That looks just like a normal cat to me. I mean, he's very cute, but...
You can't see the gold under the hair, stupid.
Oh, you're saying that his
skin is gold.
Understood. Well, it's
Man,
a cute. It's a
this
cute
is what
gold
the
kitty.
problem is, man. Because the mainstream fucking press, is filled up with dumb shits, with dumb shit ass questions and jealousy, trying to control Lil Beezy, man. Look, can you control this? Can you control this? I'm trying to ask you.
Control. Can I control money?
Yeah,
No.
right. You know who can?
Who?
Lil Beezy.
Oh, okay. I think my
Now
third eye might be getting
We're
open.
starting to communicate now.
Oh.
Third eye crew.
Let me let's talk about your tattoos. Since we've discussed the third eye, I feel it's only
These ain't
necessary.
tattoos. I was born with this shit.
All right. Well, the markings of your calling, then, would you call it that, or what would you call those?
I just call this skin. Like right here, this is my tear for all the niggas I killed.
How many N-words have you?
I ain't talking about that right now, okay? This
Oh.
is my B.
For
I'm BZ.
for Lil Beezy.
Lil Beezy.
Okay.
And I invented the whole Lil thing, man.
Yes.
Now, Lil Wayne, he go back in time and steal that shit. But Lil Beezy invented the Lil thing. And all these other Lils, they trying to be Lil Beezy. They ain't never gonna be no Lil Beezy, bitch. This is my pills. Let a nigga know I like pills. Third eye's open. Money, I'm all about the money. This here, my Pentagon,
Yeah.
and this here, Lil Beezy don't know what that is.
You don't. Wait a minute. You have a tattoo and you don't know what the tattoo is?
Nah, dog.
Do you like it?
Look, it's on Lil Beezy, so how you even gonna hate?
You got a point there. Let's see. What's on your mind at this moment, Lil Beezy? Is it still ass?
Listen, Lil Beezy is the architect, right? The showstopper, the game master, the taskmaster, the ass blaster, Lil Beezy. Architecture.
Well, and as if to prove your point, here's a cynic with $6.60, and he just says 2 letters, BZ. Clearly another part of the Third Eye crew out there representing by throwing another wad of money at Lil Beezy. I can't deny it.
When I go down the street, people throw money at my feet. Ooh, that's good. When I go down the street, people throw money at my feet. Yeah, wow. You see, that's what I talk about, man. The architecture of a song, man. It's like, why did music even need to exist before I exist? Because it's not like no one was even doing nothing with it till I came along. That's how I feel. And people talk about these legends in the industry. Ain't no legend. Yeah, that you call him a legend because it's made up. It's a myth. The truth is Lil Beezy. Fuck Gucci Gang, bitch. Fuck Gucci Gang.
You see, and there they are, the haters. They're like gadflies. They show up to everybody.
Talking their shit. Gucci Gang. I wrote Gucci Gang before Gucci Gang was a Gucci thing, bitch.
Can we talk about...
Lil Pump have a stack of money like this? I don't fucking think so. These fucking haters drive me crazy sometimes, man.
My journalistic instincts want to dig a little deeper on this, Lil Beezy.
Dig a little deeper in your faggot ass, bitch.
Okay, well, we can do that later.
Talk some shit about me?
I'm not talking any shit at all. I want to ask what your third eye open perspective is.
Give me that dollar, bitch. Get down on that ground. Give me that dollar.
Oh, excuse me.
Come on, ho. Get that fucking dollar off the float. Oh. Come on, ho. Get the dollar off the float. Wow.
The architecture.
Oh, my God. My genius.
The architecture.
Oh.
You seem to be very good at deflecting. Deflecting any questions.
So brilliant. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Oh God, why I'm so awesome? Why I'm so smart? Lil Beezy, man. It's hard being Lil Beezy, man. The weight of my genius, man.
Well, we talked about the first.
Listen, man. You don't even. Are you a genius? No, because your name ain't Lil Beezy.
I never claimed to be a genius, Lil Beezy, but you're right. My name is not Lil Beezy.
If you ain't
it's
a genius, how you
Chucklefuck.
gonna get with a genius brain set?
Well, a guy I worked with at a different radio station once said I was a broadcasting genius.
He lying.
Well, you don't even know who I'm talking about, so there's no way you could verify that I was lying about that.
Listen, dog. Anybody who say anything nice to you, fucking liar.
Okay. Well, that being established, and I guess I'll concede the point in favor of moving along. Where is the most amazing place that you have done one of your many uncountable sold out shows in?
Like arenas.
Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to ask is, what is your favorite place to visit? You know what I mean? Like when you fly all over the country, all over the world, where when you land there, where are you happiest? Where's Lil Beezy happiest?
Like, I'm in a plane.
You're in a plane, yeah.
And then I'm in like a car. And then I'm in like a motel, hotel.
Uh-huh.
And then I go to my venue, man.
And
That's all I know. Geographics. That don't mean nothing, Lil Beezy, man.
Geographics?
Yeah, I don't give a shit about no geographics, you know?
What is it?
Some nigga draw a line and say this place is this place is that. Everywhere. Where Lil Beezy is, Lil Beezy is.
Oh.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Well. Oh, thank you. Let's see, Beezy. I mean, I'm just kind of in awe of your presence. I apologize. I'm having a...
Happens all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. We've talked about your first song, Ass, Ass, Ass. Can we for a moment talk about your latest?
Bitch, give me some Xans.
Can we get Lil Beezy some Xans? Oh, there you go. There you go. She put
some Xans in my hands. It's my plan to get fucked up.
There you go.
That's gonna be my new single.
She's got some Xans for you there, Beezy, if you just want to. There you go.
Some fucking water, man. You don't make me reach for my fucking water?
Feeling better?
Usually I down that shit with whiskey, but man, my fucking esophagus lately.
Your latest chart-topping hit, released just 2 days ago and already the biggest song released in 2018, Xans Is the Plan. Can you tell us a little bit about Xans Is the Plan? How did you come to write it?
I ain't rich shit.
You didn't.
Xans is the plans, just put them in my hands. Doesn't cost $1,000 and I travel across the land cause I'm busy. Take it easy, looking sleazy. Get that booty nice and greasy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's...
That ain't even how the song go. I just made that shit. That's freestyle.
I understand that. I thought maybe it was a like a...
It's like an alternate version.
Yeah,
man.
like a director's cut.
Yeah, I do like a different shit every night. I don't even know my songs. Fuck, I don't even need to know. I'm Lil Beezy. My talent just fucking... I don't even need to write shit. I don't even need to write shit. I don't even need to say shit. I just like... I'm out there. I just do what I do. I communicate. What? Sorry, what?
I didn't say anything, but that's okay. I'm not going to ask who you heard there or what you're reacting to there because I'm in the studio here with you, and I can tell you that there's no bats or demons. You okay there, Beezy? You took some Xans earlier. You're feeling a little queasy from the Xans? You feeling a little lean?
Who the fuck is you, nigga?
Who am I?
Who the fuck is you?
My name is Buck Chucklefuck. I'm with Ideology News.
Word.
Yeah, we're doing an interview together, you and I.
Right. Yeah, Lil Beezy. Wait, where's my... Missing $1. Fucking dollar.
Did you find... Oh.
You do that again. Take 2. Lil Beezy.
Okay. Well, what do you think about the universe, Lil Beezy? Oh, okay.
That's the universe to you, to bitches in every city, looking pretty, sucking Lil Beezy. That's my universe.
Did you vote in the election in 2016?
Action?
No, the election, like Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump. The election, sir. The presidential election.
I'm Lil Beezy ain't familiar with that shit. The erection. Lil Beezy all about that shit. Yeah.
So you did vote. Who did you vote for, if you don't mind me asking, Lil Beezy?
you know, man, dog, you know. What was them niggas again?
Who?
Them niggas in that erection, you know.
It was Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump.
Which one's got more money?
That's a tough question to ask because it's a matter of like taxes and, you know, there's a lot of stuff involved.
I don't pay those. Lil Beezy and I both Dragon Energy. Here's my brother. I ain't got no brother, nigga. Fuck off. You ain't Lil Beezy.
Another imitator. Another duplicator.
You can't capture. Listen, I'm a lightning bug in a bottle. No. Lightning in a... No. I'm the storm. Nope. Fuck that. I'm like... What's like the most powerful shit in the universe besides Lil Beezy?
The most powerful shit in the universe besides...
Like God or some shit? Yeah, like I'm like 10 God. God x 10 equal Lil Beezy.
Well, how did you do in school, Lil Beezy?
Man, man.
That answers it.
Hey, man, listen. This is the sound my grades made.
I'm sorry I'm laughing so much, Lil Beezy. I drank that drink you gave me earlier.
You feeling dizzy yet?
Yeah, you told me it was an experimental beverage that's not on the market yet. It's called Lil Beezy Xanade. Can you tell me now that I've... Because it was very tasty, but I'm starting to feel a little weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can
Just
you?
like,
are there Xanax in this? Is what I'm asking you. Is, you know, just between bros.
Maybe.
Because, like, I'm starting to not... You know what I mean? Like, I'm starting to not even give a shit about this whole stupid...
Here's my down payment for the album pre-order. What? Nigga, you know about this?
You know, oftentimes people will think that they can just walk up to you and hand you money for your product like you're some guy selling it on the street, you know?
Yeah, them days have passed me, man.
Yeah. Can we talk about dim days?
Yeah.
What was it like growing up for Lil Beezy?
I was born grown. It's like when you got the architecture in your mind where you know, you see beyond the luminosity of the matrix, the matrices.
The multiple...
Yeah, the multiple levels of thought, and it's like we living in a dream. Yeah.
Whose dream is it?
It's all the dream of Lil Beezy.
So we're all living in your dream. I wish I could
dumb
be
nigga called Frank Zappa. Wish I could be 1/100th the musical genius that Lil Beezy was. Fucking stupid ass motherfucker.
Wow.
Man, the hubrosity of some of these niggas, you know, it's fucking absurd. Wow, you can't even. Wow. I'm like flabbergasted by that.
I mean, let's talk about the big diamond-studded elephant in the room, Lil Beezy. Let's talk about Xans.
Where the fuck that is?
Oh, no. It's a metaphor. Lil Beezy, it's a metaphor.
A meta what?
There's not really an elephant.
Lil Beezy is allowed to make up words. You ain't allowed to make up words. You ain't Lil Beezy.
I'm sorry. Let me ask you a question that's...
Metaphor. Better more. Metaphor. 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 Okay.
All right. Here's I fucking forgot what I was gonna ask you, man. What is in this? What is in this Xanaid? Honestly.
Listen, a little bit of Beezy juice, little bit of Xanny, more
Fuck
Beezy
you,
juice.
asshole.
Lil Beezy, man, I long time fan. I was down in the dumps and shit, and you pull me back up, man. Pfft, nigga, I didn't do nothing I did to pull your ass up out of nothing, man. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull up on your bitch's pigtails while I'm plowing that bitch's ass. That's what I'm gonna do. And you know what? You owe me a lot more than $5. If I really pulled you out of that shit, you gotta fucking empty up that bank account for Lil Beezy. That money's better served adding to my riches, collecting my bitches.
Are you always kind of just? Is that part of
Brilliant genius, the greatest artist of our time? Yes.
Are you?
Am I the greatest motherfucker you ever seen? Yes. Am I the greatest motherfucker of all time? Yes.
I didn't. I
don't
wasn't
even need
an
an interviewer, man. I fucking ask better questions than your dumb ass ass.
Who's your biggest inspiration?
Lil Beezy.
So you inspired yourself. There was no.
What I need inspiration.
Uh-huh.
Ain't no one do it like me. What could inspire Lil Beezy? That's like asking God what his inspiration is. Except even more ridiculous.
I hate to do what every fanboy does, but can you bust a freestyle for us, Lil Beezy, here live on air?
Shit.
Come on, a Ideology News exclusive.
I bust freestyles like ain't shit.
Oh, thank you.
What you want?
I mean, can you bust a freestyle about a pink elephant with big jiggly titties?
Yeah.
All right.
Pink elephant with big jiggly titties. 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 Jiggling around and they looking all pretty. Fuck that elephant in the ass. Get my dick all shitty.
Wow.
Shut the fuck up and give me my tree fitty.
Oh my God, he ain't even done yet. He's still going.
Yeah.
He's still, I mean, like, oh.
I'm going and going because I'm always flowing.
Sucker MCs are on notice.
Listen. Listen. There's the rap game down here. And then there's the legends, the Tupacs, the Biggies, you know, all that shit. And then up there, the heavens, that's Lil Beezy.
Wow.
Lyrical genius, bitches suck on my penis. Men are from Venus, women are from Mars. I drive around in expensive cars, don't even know the name cause I don't need to. Little BZ got $1 million shoe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. One of your shoes costs $1 million. Is that what?
Yeah.
Where does Lil Beezy shop? How do you get? You know, you're kind of known for your resplendent outfits. You were criticized recently for walking the red carpet covered in the furs of an endangered chinchilla species.
They ain't endangered no more. They're extinct now.
Excuse me. Hold on. I'm gonna. one second.
Like,
Can someone verify this? Can someone verify this? Can someone verify what he just said?
What the hell are you talking to?
I'm sorry about that.
You wearing a wire?
It is. You actually killed every last one of those chinchillas to make a coat to go to the Grammys?
Yeah. Tight.
That is the most legitimate thing I've ever fucking heard in my life.
Well, you know.
Anybody that doesn't think that you're a rock star, how many people in the history of music, entertainment have ended a species for swagger points.
You know, man, for you, that's some kind of fancy, like, oh, that's the most legit shit I heard. But for Lil Beezy, that's just Tuesday, nigga. That ain't nothing. I extinctilize a species every fucking day. I don't give a shit. I'll fucking bring back a fucking dead. I'll bring back the dodo, and then I'll eat that shit. I don't give a fuck. Fucking Lil Beezy cloning lab. Oh, we brought back the Tasmanian tiger. All right, shoot that nigga, put him on a plate. For Lil Beezy. Because when you Lil Beezy, life is fucking easy.
So you are criticized sometimes by the religious right for being a rapper.
They religious, but they ain't right.
Well,
they religious, but they ain't right.
Their critique of you is particularly sharp, even amongst rappers, because you are the first rapper that will, as you say on your second album...
Got my Pentagon. My Pythagorean theoretatum right up in there. Just let you know, man. And that ain't to say that I'm down with the devil, but I'm 10 times the devil. And I'm 50 times God.
Well, that answers my question. You once told the press at a press conference that you think that the Pope is a woman pretending to be an old man. Can you explain that comment?
I took one look at that nigga. I'm like, that's a bitch.
Okay.
Look, every city, every concert, every night, Lil Beezy is surrounded with bitches. You have seen this? Who you think is a better bitchologist than Lil Beezy? I know a bitch when I sees a bitch. You want to know the truth? You consult the expert. What are we doing again?
I don't even know. What is in this Lil Beezy Xanade? I don't know what we're doing. I don't even remember what I don't even fucking remember what my name is, bro. Hey. Big fat jiggly asses.
Hey.
What?
Don't steal my shtick, nigga.
Anyhow, we are... Can you entertain the chat for a few seconds while I go get something to drink?
Maybe I'll lay down some freestyles for this chat. Y'all got any freestyle requests for Lil Beezy up in here? What you got? Stupid niggas lost the fucking plot. Lil Beezy, take it easy. Yeah. Climate change, feeling strange. Climate change, feeling strange. Climate change, feeling strange. World getting hotter, Beezy don't give a fuck. Beezy got the air conditioner up. World getting hotter, Beezy don't give a fuck. Beezy just turned the AC motherfucking up, yeah. Beezy got money, big greasy money. Climate change, nigga. You is strange, nigga. Pull that fucking trigger. Kill the world, nigga. Climate change, climate change, climate change. Climate change, climate change, climate change. Don't give a fuck, cause I'm insane. Yeah, who the fuck? Chi-J? Chi-J Arrow the Dark. What, nigga? Nigga, is you stupid? Nay, little Beezy, 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 little Beezy. Straight fire. Avengers 3, Thanos coming. Lil Beezy step to him cause he ain't frontin'. Slap Thanos in his fucking face. Send that nigga packing back to space. Lil Beezy save the motherfucking world. Steal all of the Avengers girls. Lil Beezy, Lil Beezy, Lil Beezy. It don't matter. You can't even fuck with this. Think niggas is talking trash outside. Niggas talking trash outside about Lil Beezy. What you talk about? Nigga talking trash. Nigga talking trash. Nigga talking trash on Lil Beezy ass, yeah. Strong 4 to a light 5. What? What you talking? What you talking? Let me tell you something about these nuts, nigga. Let me tell you about these nuts. They on your bitches' butts. Lil Beezy pounding in. Skin on skin. Lil Beezy coming. Bitches fucking dumbing. Lil Beezy down. She a little cheesy clown. Paul's ego in the house. Fuck his fucking mouth.
Who is Paul's ego, sir?
I don't know. You just
My
look
name is
like
Buck. My name is Buck Chucklefuck.
Chuckle Buckle Fuckle, man. Yeah. I remember you.
You remember me?
No.
Who are you again? You okay?
What's up?
I said, are you okay?
Man, nigga. You stupid. You fucking straight stupid. Fuck you.
Wow. Well, you heard it here first. Some dope rhymes and some hints about future albums, maybe, and new songs. All right. Lil Beezy has left the building. You guys want to know something funny I just remembered about Worski? He said, when I was on his show briefly tonight, because I went on one of the dudes, Failure, sent me a link to get into Worski's show. So I just wanted to go in there and tell him good job for kicking JF the fuck out of there. And I brought up the whole, like, you know, did you say that sign thing because I fucked on you? And he was like, no, I actually got that from a conversation from somebody earlier in the morning, but I honestly did think of you saying that, though, yeah, you know, when they said it, but it was really them that kind of made me think that, yeah, maybe I should use that bit. I was like, are you kidding me? I don't know the mind of the Warski, so. Thought you said you wouldn't talk about that Nazi anymore. I didn't say I wouldn't talk about anything anymore. I said I felt poopy for going on shows and stuff with him after watching him literally preside over 3 hours and 10 minutes of fucking backwoods Tennessee Jew-hating nonsense. So, just to correct the record. What? Oh, sorry, man. Little, you know that rapper?
Yeah.
A Lil Beezy.
You got Lil Beezy. Yeah, he sucks.
Well, Buck Chucklefuck was just here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he
wanted to use our studio.
Yeah, well, whatever. They're part of the Ideology team, so I told him you use what you need. But yeah, and then
I've never been a fan of Lil Beezy personally.
Me neither, honestly. But Buck gave an interview, and it was pretty interesting.
Was it? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I was sitting here on the couch while he did it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wasn't really dissing you, Paul. I was just dissing your astral philosophy viewpoints on DP. What? Astral philosophy?
I don't even know what
astral. All right, I've been around Paul a while. I've never heard him getting any. I've never heard him even use the word astral. I feel like
probably not, unless I was making fun of somebody else that said the word astral.
Yeah. Least favorite tool. Probably some of that filler shit they put on all their albums. I don't know. I've never really cared for the filler tracks. I'm sure they don't think of them as filler, but... Wait a minute. TJ, are you Lil Beezy? What? You know, I actually do get that comparison sometimes. I personally don't see any resemblance between the two of us. I mean, except we got the same neck tattoo. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
other than that,
who doesn't have a dollar sign on their neck?
That's everyone. That was like a '90s thing. Everyone.
And he acts like that's the thing I don't like about Lil Beezy. He acts like he invented that tattoo.
I mean, he's so egotistical.
But like, I'm pretty sure I remember you had that tattoo before Lil Beezy was even a thing.
Lil Beezy jacked my shit, dude.
Yeah.
Hey TJ, I was joking about the astral. Oh my God, get out of here. Paul, tell me the story about the time you and 2 alligators did come with a Down syndrome raccoon.
I'm not going to do that, but I will do this. Thanks for the $4.99, Brian.
Yeah, maybe if you given him 5? Probably not.
Yes. If she had rounded that all the way up to 5, I would have totally made a bit out of that, but I'm sorry. Every man's...
$4.99 is just a little
You got to charge a price for everything, right? And
yeah.
Every man's got his price.
Sometimes it's a difference of a cent. Little late night streaming, huh, Cheege? I guess. It doesn't really feel like late night to me because I slept from about 7 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. So I don't really have a late night feel right now.
Yeah, you just so we went out today. We went to the aquarium here.
Yeah.
In New Orleans, and the girls took the penguin experience.
Yeah.
Which they both wanted to do, so they bought themselves tickets, and they were like, "You guys want?"
How that went?
Yeah,
I didn't. That seems like a. I don't know. I bought Chelsea's ticket.
Oh.
So.
Well, whatever. When I say bought themselves tickets, I mean they used our credit cards to buy themselves the ticket.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant. I mean,
yeah. No. I mean, let me clear that up. I was just, being a little too conversational there. Yeah, no. Anyway, they used our credit cards to get the tickets to this fucking thing, and they were like, "Do you want to go too?" And I'm like, "How much is it?" And they're like, "It's $130." And I'm like, "Nope."
No,
now,
thank you.
Not that I don't want to meet a penguin.
Yeah, I mean, I'd totally be down to hang out with a penguin and shit and be like, yo, penguin, and feed it a fish and eat the fish.
I would love to meet a penguin. I would love to chill with a penguin. It sounds really cool and whatever. I'm not saying like, it's just like, there's no way I'm going to come out of pocket for everybody to go to that.
Paul tried Westworld. He couldn't get into it. I have not tried it yet. I think it looks interesting. I'm going to maybe check it out one of these days, but I haven't done so yet. Are you guys nocturnal? I think that's probably fair to say.
I'm octurnal. Got 8 sleep cycles.
Aquariums and zoos are honestly irrelevant in the age of VR. Are you trying to depress me? TJ, who is the best pog in porn right now? I tell people this all the time. I really like big, giant asses, but I almost never remember the names associated with them. I just kind of look at them, and that's pretty much it. How much would you pay for a working penis growth pill? I don't know. Quite a bit, probably. TJ, are you a Game of Thrones fanboy? I mean, I like the show. Honestly, I like it better now that they're not following the books anymore. Because I like that the pace is faster. Because my big gripe was always that the shit moved so fucking slow. I do like Alexis, Texas. Tree Fitty. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. I heard Paul out there apologizing. I'm just going to drop the kayfabe of like, who the hell is Lil Beezy? That's not me. The reason I did the whole Lil Beezy thing is because I've been watching all these little rappers. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I cannot believe just the lack of talent and shit that exists within those people and just how they're so rich and all this. It's just insane to me. So I just wanted to take the piss a little bit. You need to read books. I don't need to read shit, bitch. Fuck you. You read. You go read shit. Lil Beezy, take it easy. Your impression was spot fucking on. Well, I know. I've been watching interviews and shit with them. Who the fuck is Lil Beezy? Just go back to the beginning of the stream and watch from there. Peanut butter and jealous. TJ, what is your opinion of the comedian Ron White? I think he's pretty funny.
I'm not. I mean, like, for humor to resonate, it has to come from a place of honesty. And I think Ron White is being honest about the way he sees the world, but it's pretty different from how I see the world. So there's a little bit of a barrier there, but I can appreciate his point of view. I know about Lil Xan, dude. I'm aware of Lil Xan. I've watched several of his music videos. I actually kind of made my Lil Beezy thing a cross between Lil Xan and Lil Pump. You know, I wanted to get the pure egotism and stupidity of Lil Pump and also the pseudo deepness of Lil Xan, and mix them into one horrible amalgamation of awfulness. I don't know about Lil Tay. I haven't heard of that one. How did you watch all that without killing yourself? I don't know. I managed somehow. It was a character study for Lil Beezy. So, that's just how it go. Who was the palm tree head Lil rapper? I don't know. I don't fucking know, dude. Lil Beezy versus Gorilla. I'm not going to steal Paul's Gorilla bits, dude. If Paul decides to come back in here and he wants to do a Gorilla story, he can do it, but... Free RIIIICK. Free RIIIICK! Free RIIIICK! Thought RIIIICK was free. RIIIICK, doesn't how RIIIICK makes her money? She stands out on the street corner with her ass hanging out and she's just like... Free. Anybody who wants to fuck this ass, it's free. Yeah, I have the feeling Lil Beezy will be making a return. I think it was funny. I had fun doing it anyway. You know. Yeah, I feel like you don't want to drive a fucking meme into the ground. But I liked the whole Lil Beezy bit. What is it about these little characters that makes some of them marketable and rich?
Bit? What are you talking about, bit? What did you just unanimously declared kayfabe is dead? On now again?
Yep.
We're gonna kill it again?
I didn't kill kayfabe, all right? It's just like everyone knows I'm Lil Beezy. There's no...
What?
There's no point.
That's so stupid.
You're
telling these people you're Lil Beezy?
Dude.
You're telling these people that you're Lil Beezy.
All right, I was just joking, guys.
I guess kayfabe isn't dead then.
I was just joking around.
Because TJ has to be kayfabing if he's telling you guys he's Lil Beezy. I'm sorry, I don't know what I was thinking.
TJ, you somehow got more attractive with age. I mean, in the early DP days, you were ugly as sin. Well, thank you, I guess. I don't know. I think it's just the black and white. I look a little better in black and white, slightly. Exposed. DJ, you remind me of Jean-Luc Picard. I can't imagine how, but okay. Lil Beezy has an Urban Dictionary entry? What? Do you just go create it or something? Dude, I guess there already is a Lil Beezy, dude.
There really is?
Yeah, there actually is a real Lil Beezy, dude.
Oops.
Oh, well. Who cares? He doesn't get views. I'm the real Lil Beezy. Fuck that. Or, the real Lil Beezy is the one you saw earlier, I should say.
So let me tell you about an uncomfortable moment that happened earlier.
All right.
And this has nothing to do with the Worski drama shit, but I was watching JF's, I quit Worski stream, just kind of, browsing it.
Yeah.
On my stream, just to see what he was talking about.
Okay.
I turn it on, I shit you not. 15 seconds. 15 seconds, dude.
Okay.
After I start watching the stream on my stream. And we were just going to take a peek.
Yeah.
He's like, and here's our next guest, and it's motherfucking Ben, big as the moon, in the middle of the screen, and he brings Ben on.
Right.
And it was just like, okay, well, guess we can't watch this stream no more. It's just like...
Okay, then. Never mind.
Dude, and the whole chat was calling me on it. The DP subreddit is already, or the DFF subreddit is already fucking been like, oh, look at this bullshit. So I just wanted to...
What are you supposed to do? I mean...
Yeah, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, well...
Yeah, I mean, you can't really... Yeah. So,
you know what I mean?
I mean, you did the right thing. You're just like, oh, okay, well, never mind.
Yep, but I was like, can't watch this one anymore. Turned it off. Oops.
Hey, you know, whatever. You didn't know. Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. I've never seen Paul get that awkward. Damn, dude.
I mean, dude, it really was. I had a moment of duh, duh, duh. I think I did disagree with one thing he said, because there was part of my mind that was like, you know what? Maybe I can just be cool about this and let Ben say his thing and just still watch this for a minute, not say anything about it. And then Ben came out immediately, said something that was wrong, and I was like, well, I disagree about that. And then I turned it off. So, full disclosure, that's how it went down. I was like,
well, whatever. Doesn't sound like you crossed any lines or anything.
I definitely didn't.
Just an awkward situation.
I hate awkward situations.
If you were doing a gaming stream, what game would you play? I don't know. I'd just play your mom's ass like some bongos. I was there. I saw Paul go full dirt mode. Lol.
I did.
Damn. Fly me to the moon. Yeah, I was surprised about that whole thing. You know, just the breakup.
You were?
I mean, I guess I wasn't super surprised, but...
We talked about it this afternoon. We were actually laughing about it. We were like, dude, wouldn't it be funny if, like, Andy Worski, like, was so fucked up by that spanking you gave him that he, like, fires JF on the next show or some shit? And I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen, but it would be pretty funny. And then he starts his show... Fires JF. Dude, did you hear about this moment?
What?
Check this out.
Okay.
Remember when I told you, well, we watched it together when I did the sign bit, get it replaced with a dick.
Yeah, the dick.
JF's dick.
Yeah.
Andy fires JF. And I shit you not, 10 seconds after the cat's out of the bag, like after JF has left, he goes, you know what, JF, he's always talking about this high IQ content or whatever that he makes. Well, if you had a high enough IQ, you think he could read the fucking sign? And he pointed at that fucking sign that I used in that joke.
Yeah. So obviously he was kind of...
He fired JF because I fucked on him about JF cucking him on his own show.
I think that a lot of people... I mean, it was, you know, you could maybe take a little credit, but...
No, I take all the credit, TJ.
I don't think you take all the
credit. 110%
there was a lot
of the
tension
credit
there already.
Well, whatever.
Maybe you were
then I came along with the
catalyst.
I came along with the pen.
Yeah.
And I popped that big old pimple, dude.
You know, I mean, I honestly think it's probably better for Andy in the long run. Anyway.
I don't know, dude. I
mean, I know there's...
I don't know how much of that shit you watched last, but like, think about somebody who sat on a show that has his name on it,
right,
and did that Jew hate-a-thon,
right.
That I don't know. Like, how redeemable is a person that dumb?
I mean, I fucking am trying to get Howard Bloom on the Andy Worski show because I was like, this Zionism debate they're having is not a debate. It's just a debate between, like, we really hate Jews and we kind of hate Jews. I'm like, this isn't a fucking debate. Let's get a real fucking Zionist Jew on here. So I fucking made the connection between Andy Worski and Howard Bloom, and I'm hoping that will be a fucking interesting episode. Actually have a fucking real debate on that shit. Andy will not survive without... I mean, Andy had a show before JF. He already had hundreds of thousands of subscribers and shit.
there's equal amounts of people saying the same thing about JF. JF won't survive without Andy.
I mean, look, I really, honestly, if you want my opinion, I think they'll both survive just fine. I don't know who's going to come out on top or if it even matters. I don't think it does. It matters to them, certainly. I'm sure each of them is now determined to prevail over the other, but ultimately, you know, the internet's a big fucking place, and I'm sure that they'll both be fine. I know a little something about a show splitting up, you know. But, you know, I think that they should probably, I mean, like, it's just the problem with the whole, like, business model that's kind of going on right now with a lot of these people is, like, when you rely on this constant drama for everything, you know, you're going to you end up self-cannibalizing. Everyone ends up turning on each other. It just can't sustain itself in the long term. Serious question for you guys. Why the fuck are these people so scared of the Jews? It makes no sense. I know there's old passed down racism, but is there anything to it other than bigotry? I think it's just because a lot of Gonna be a Star Trek alien. Which would you pick? I've always wanted to be a Klingon Ferengi hybrid. I don't know what that would look like or be, but it's kind of how I feel. But what was I talking about before that fucking question distracted me? I don't even remember.
Gucci Gang.
Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. Oh, I actually have a thing from Doom Kid. I told him, he sent it to me, and it was kind of like he sent it to me in a direct message on Twitter, and I was kind of like, this is kind of complicated to try to address in a message, so maybe I'll just address this on a stream. And then he wasn't on streams for a while, and then by the time he was, I forgot what the fuck he even said. So let me just try to find his fucking question or whatever. Okay, here we go. This is Doom Kid writing me on my Twitter DMs. TJ, apologies for the longish message, but I have a question you might have the answer for. What is it that makes people decide to be easily offended, or is it a decision at all? For example, remember that black woman who got offended when the dude said hard work? When did she sit down and say, right, I've decided X, Y, and Z are offensive, and I will berate anyone who mentions those things? How can one have freedom to complain about such things, then in the same breath claim to be oppressed as an individual when clearly they have the right to voice their grievances no matter how absurd? Furthermore, why does society reward these people rather than treating them with scorn and mockery? When did we collectively decide that protecting the feelings of fragile people who have not bothered to equip themselves with defense mechanisms is more important than the right to free and open discourse? Finally, what is the end game goal for these types? Again, I'm sorry for such a wordy question, but this is bothering me greatly, and I thought you might have some insights for me. Cheers, my friend. I think a lot of it, if you want my opinion, comes down to just another mechanism for controlling people's behavior. You know, they want you walking on eggshells at all times. They want you afraid to step, like anything that could even vaguely be construed as against their position is, you know, I mean, it's like, it's almost like it gets to the point of religion where, you know, you can't even make a joke that might imply that Jesus doesn't exist or something.
It's more disingenuous than religion is, though.
Yeah, I mean, because there's no tenets or anything.
Well, not only that, but it's just used to, at least in the case of this type of shit, this like,
it's a bludgeoning tool.
Low key, I'm not racist, but I'm really kind of telegraphing that I'm fucking totally racist. Let's talk about the Jews for 3.5 hours. You know what I mean? That type of bullshit, that kind of covert, like, it thrives on making sure that you're paying attention to anything but what their actual message is, which is a strange way to propagate your message, but it's how it spreads. Because it becomes a meme and it becomes funny and people start going, you know what, I relate to that because you know what, I do feel kind of downtrodden. I mean, it's the same old fucking story that's been told over and over and over again. You know what I mean?
So you think
it always fails?
You think there's a similarity between the, I mean, I do too, between the the alt-right or whatever the hell you want to call it, and the SJWs, they use the same kind of tactics.
It's all
you
about
stepped on my toe in some
Yeah.
way, so I'm super offended, and how dare you?
It's all about language policing and shit, just in a different way. Like, they literally have arguments and call people cucks and fucking, like, put people through harassment campaigns and shit over just kicking people out of their chat who are just spamming nigger over and over again. As if that's some kind of impingement upon free speech as a concept. And that's covertly a way to attack the idea of free speech while looking like you're championing it. And it's so fucking obvious to anybody with half a fucking brain, but it's what they do.
Well, lots of people don't.
And then if you get drawn into the cesspit of talking to them, either about their ideology or the fact that they're fucking Nazis, it's endless and pointless to waste your energy doing it.
I mean, I have not. I mean, yeah,
Because
I've not seen though. Like,
it's a dodging campaign. It's like, I'm not a Nazi because I've never said Sieg Heil. You've never seen me dressed like Hitler. You know, it's like, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When I say that you're a Nazi, say whatever you want. You're a fucking neo-socialist or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Well, what about, like, to the example he gave? You remember the woman that he's talking about, the woman who was on the MSNBC panel. She was a host.
Yeah.
And one of her guests said something about some politician being a hard worker, and she, like, reprimanded him, like, how dare you? Slaves were the true hard workers, you know?
Exactly. It's all this feeding from the same fucking stinky trough of, I can control how people speak and conduct themselves. Nope, I can control how people speak and conduct themselves.
How do people take that attitude of, I'm going to control you, I'm going to control the way you talk, but
Because
I'm a free speech advocate, and I'm all about ideas?
Because it's fun to... Look, I got to be honest with you, dude. Free speech is a great concept and stuff. I've always been a defender of it. I always will be. But... Like, there's a lot of dumb people that also say, I'm a free speech advocate.
Yeah, and
so they're willing to follow that little fucking dollop
but it's
of
just
honey.
an empty talking point.
Yeah, they're willing to follow that little dollop of honey right into the fucking pitcher plant, and then they're fucked because now they're on watching Warski Live all the time, where they do nothing but talk about how everybody hates the Jews and how the Jews are responsible for every bad thing, and how, you know, the Jews need to be segregated outside of white society. And it's like,
well, the thing is, I mean, like, I don't think that. I mean, my personal read, I don't know what. I don't think Andy Warski believes in any of that shit. I just think he's like, ooh, I can make money doing this.
But that's the problem. I likened it earlier on my stream to. It's fine to, like...
So, I mean, like, isn't it, like... I mean, I don't know. To me, isn't it, like, a sort of a capitalism problem, in a way? Because...
Well, we need to define the difference between speech and a platform.
Right.
Because a lot of people... To me, that's totally fucking blatantly obvious what the difference is. But to a lot of people, it's blurred a lot there
now,
on both sides.
And you and I have both talked, I think, about how we don't want the hate speech off of YouTube.
No. I want it right out there in the fucking sunlight so everybody can point at it and laugh at it and ridicule it.
But they're not. I mean, like, it's out there in the sunlight. They're not pointing and laughing. They're just giving it money.
Right. They give us hate speech because we goofed on a video about Jew pork. Like fucking lab-grown pork being made kosher.
Jew pork. And we got a fucking hate speech.
And these dudes literally did a fucking...
there's like a whole stream, like...
I mean, that's just one of them. I don't know how many of those exist. That's my thing. That's his most recent Andy Warski show before Tonight Show when he fired JF.
Right.
This isn't... I didn't go digging through the archives looking for some dirt on Warski.
So what's the double standard, though? I mean, it's just like... It's crazy to me that a video where we mention Jewish pork... is hate speech, but a video that is literally about, you know, should Jews be part of the ethno-state? What do you think of Jews? That's totally acceptable.
I mean, it's way deeper than that. It was just like, you know, talking about how the genetic difference between, like, there was a big old long conversation on there about, are Jews white people? And they're talking about like, they think they are, though. That's the problem. Like, they are not, but they think that they are. And when they vote in these polls, they assume that Jews are also white.
Well,
so
are.
that when they answer white, I'm just like, is this
Jews
even
are
a
white.
fucking conversation that's being had in fucking 2018? And this is the intelligent side of the Worski podcast? Fuck me. But see, I don't give Worski such an easy pass as you do. I didn't know it was this bad.
I'm not really giving him an easy pass. I'm just saying I don't think he actually believes it. Now, if you want to, I mean, you might even find that to be worse if he doesn't believe it.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's worse? You see a racist dude raving on the corner.
Right.
Jews did everything. You know, Jews, blah, 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 right? Mm-hmm. You could do two things. You could do a bunch of things, but let's give you two options. You could stop and talk to him about his worldview or whatever, hear what he has to say. It's probably going to be bullshit and move on. Or you could give him a big megaphone.
Yeah.
And let him project his stupid fucking Jews fucking killed everybody all over the goddamn neighborhood and broadcast it far and wide.
Yeah.
Before he came on your show, he was just a raving lunatic far-right YouTuber.
Yeah.
And now you've given him the most hottest show right now, Worski Live, to go Jews.
But you know, you got to add another factor into that equation, though.
What's that?
The other factor is you know, maybe you give him the megaphone for. Let's see what he does with his megaphone. And he starts, yeah, Jews, and then people are like, ooh, they start throwing money, and you're like, whoa, it's all this money. This is pretty nice. Yeah, more hate the Jews. Yeah, fuck the Jews. Right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because it's
filling
just like
your fucking pockets. I mean, like, there's an allure there. I mean, you can't fucking deny that. I mean, I don't think it's hard to understand the decision-making process when it's like, ooh, you know, I was watching his stream. That's that Jew hate stream, or whatever the hell you want to characterize it as, and I watched it for like 10 minutes. And I saw a $500 super chat and a $400 super chat and a bunch of like he made like $1,000 just in the 10 minutes I was watching.
Oh yeah.
So it's like how I mean like, you know, if it's you know I don't know. It seems like it'd be easy for someone to be like, fuck morals and fuck what's actually right. I just want to make money because we live in a capitalist society. Money's the fucking golden calf, you know. So I think that, like, you know, you have to blame some of the social pressures at work here. I think probably the YouTube adpocalypse, ironically created to deal with this sort of thing, is probably encouraging this too, because all of a sudden, if your content is funded by the people, then fucked up people are going to find other fucked up shit to support.
Not only that, but
why not capitalize? If you're an industrious capitalist, why not say, okay, yeah, fucking, oh yeah, gonna give a platform to this crazy Jew hating son of a bitch.
And I mean, look, dude,
okay, cool.
This is what they call free speech, right?
Yeah.
This is how they justify themselves as free speech advocates. They're like, dude, we don't care what your fucking super chats are. We're gonna read it.
Yeah.
So like, Worski streams end with him going through super chats that he missed and stuff, and usually it's just like a litany of like, the Jews did 9/11, Hitler was right, all right, well thank you for the $5, anyway, next, black people and Mexicans are one and the same, the mongrel races are not to be tolerated. I don't even know what that means, but hey, thanks for the $20. I mean, it's just fucking, and it's like, what are you even adding to the discourse of the human race by reading that nonsense? Like, does everybody not have a policy of like, if your super chat is just something totally fucking retarded, you don't get to buy my speech for your $20. I'm just going to say thank you and move on.
I mean, they don't have that. Yeah, they don't have that philosophy because
no, they do. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something.
All right.
I was on that stupid fucking Kumite shit. Right? Well, no, I'm not saying stupid. Those guys were actually cool to me, and I don't know if they're in on the whole Jew hate shit. But so I don't want to slander them in this. But when that went on, there was a DM that happened in the Hangout. It was a Google Hangout. Mm-hmm. Talking about it was from one of the dudes that runs it, talking about how they need to remove one of the moderators or
two of the moderators or something, because they're banning people that are saying that Paul's winning against Worski.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. Like, these are free speech advocates out of one side of their mouth.
Yeah.
But if you say things they don't like to hear, they want you to shut the fuck up.
But I mean, those two moderators were removed for doing that. So
they were
like,
removed. So in the defense of Tonka and failure,
they saw the situation. They said, no, that's not what this is about.
Yep.
And they kicked him.
So that says if that says anything, it's integrity.
Those guys did have integrity and didn't let some out of control mods try to craft a narrative.
But this is my
Jews
point.
did 9/11 and Hitler was right.
Oh,
thanks for
shit.
your super chat. Yeah, Paul. Maybe we just need to join them, man. Maybe we just need to get some Nazis up in here.
I'm sorry, dude.
Führer,
but
TJ.
Here's the thing, dude. I have one strict rule in my fucking life.
What's that?
And I don't know about you, but I've spent way too much of my life listening to stupid racist fucks spin their stupid racist tale, whatever form it comes in, because I've heard them all, man. It's like, you know what I mean? Not to be racist, but it just I get to thinking sometimes about some stuff, and it's just like, why are they coming over here and constantly like getting like, why do the niggas, you know what I mean? Not to be wrong, you know what I mean? Not to be anti-PC or whatever, but why do they get to be on welfare? Well, I gotta go to work and then I pay that bill. You know, if it comes in that form, or it's they're coming for our jobs, or it's whatever. This bullshit, whatever this is. I don't even know what the Jews did this time. See, that's the thing. The Jews are just the eternal enemy of the fucking Nazi. It's just like it's the first way that you sniff for a Nazi.
The Jew.
It's like, strong distaste for Jews. Uh-oh, let's dig into this. Oh, wait, found a Nazi. It's like that thing in that movie Ray where his mom tells him, scratch a lie, find a thief. Scratch a hatred of Jews, find a Nazi. Just the way it works.
Yeah. All humans are equally garbage. Okay. Yeah. I feel like you're way more I don't know, impassioned about it.
Well, here's the thing. Ashley was saying that too. She was worried about me because I was kind of raging out on my stream for a minute. I used to care a whole lot about politics and shit, and then I kind of checked out on that because it was kind of bad for my mental health to be every day, all day into it. And then I did the Drunken Peasants, and that kind of forced me to at least be aware
of what was going on.
But I never dove back into that, like, I'm obsessively, like, following every little thing. I just kind of, like, I've maintained I check the news every once in a while.
Right.
But I'm not tuned into that anymore. But there's one thing that across all of that just I've never been able to abide. And it's not even really a political position. It's just a personal philosophical position.
Yeah.
I can't stand a motherfucking racist.
I love thick white chicks too much to be racist. Damn.
I can't stand a motherfucking racist.
I don't have kids. Illegals have a minimum of 5. There's a racist for you.
I just, and I'm not talking about memes, and I'm not talking about funnies, and I'm not talking about making jokes, and I'm not talking about even pushing the boundaries of free speech with that shit. I'm talking about a legitimate, let's move white people to their own place.
Like making fun of a black person, like
we just, like,
what it is now,
like Lil Beezy from earlier.
Or some shit like that, but, yeah, I think it is pretty different when someone, it is really pretty lame when someone tries to make a case like this entire group of people doesn't deserve the same respect and all this other. I'm like, fuck you.
Right.
Well, first of all, I don't give that much respect to anybody.
Now, just to clarify, I want those racists to have whatever platforms available to me as just a dude that can create an account. I want available to them, and I don't want them censored. I want Andy Worski, if he wants to just keep doing the Let's Hate Jews podcast, keep on doing it, bud. See, I don't want people to get it like me confused here that I'm like going, I just went on a tirade about people trying to control language from something. I'm not telling these dudes to stop hating Jews or to start stop talking about hating Jews, or to stop having their little meetings in public about how the Jews fucking did everything, or the Jews are No. Keep doing that, please, because sunshine's the best disinfectant for this racist fucking nonsense.
Is it, though? Because, I mean, it just seems like it's getting more and more out in the open, and I keep waiting for the sunshine will disinfect it, and it ain't doing it.
No, dude, it really
doing
is. Like, you got to look at, on a fucking long enough time scale, the whole racism shtick has gotten way weaker. It's lost ground. It crops up now and again like a big festering sore with the same arguments, the same bullshit, genetically different, genetically lesser. I just want white people to have a place to go preserve our culture. You haven't heard that out of another mouth than JF's?
Give him Wyoming.
I don't want to give him anything.
I want to give him Wyoming.
I don't want to give them anything but
Wyoming
the
off
ability
our
to
hands.
say whatever they want to say, and for the rest of us with half a fucking brain in our head to point and laugh at it.
Yeah, well, put them all in one place, then.
But it just rears its fucking ugly head because they've gotten so good at, like, the whole racism meme has gotten so good at obfuscating the real argument, which is there any logical fucking reason to have any kind of racist philosophy as a guiding principle?
Let's talk about the people who opened the door for this. I see Dumb Kids comment there, and it kind of makes me reflect on, you know, how the SJWs bear a little fucking blame in this shit. Because they went around calling everyone fucking racist for every little fucking thing.
And dulled the word.
And they fucking took all of the punch and all of the power out of the word racism.
You are so dead on
to
fucking,
the point where
dude.
now you can't. Now if someone's like, yeah, I fucking hate niggers, like, what are you, a racist? No, what? How dare you? It's like,
but that's the thing.
I mean, that person used to be ridiculous. Now people are like, yeah, that's not racist. Nothing is racist
but it
now because SJWs.
It just illustrates that horseshoe theory shit that we were talking about earlier, right?
Yeah.
The SJWs are promulgating racism in their own way by dulling the actual word until it's meaningless, so that when real racism happens, there's no way to call it out. And then the racists are just trying to pretend they're not racist, use coded language and all this bullshit to go about their business in public. And then what they want you to do is they want to draw you into that conversation. Oh, you called me a Nazi? Well, justify yourself. And then they just go, I've never done this and I've never done that. And it becomes an endless, like, fucking trail of breadcrumbs that just leads to nothing.
Have you seen me heil a picture of the Fuhrer? I mean, no, you have not.
And it's just like, fuck you, I'm not a retard. I know how to sniff a racist when I smell one, retard.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the discourse is at a level now where everybody comes across as pretty fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
The word racism has lost its impact. We no longer have a word that can actually describe what racists are. You know, so now there's no distinction in people's minds between someone who is like, you know, maybe makes a sort of naughty black joke or something, and someone who's just like, Heil Hitler, you know? Like, I mean, there's like, you know, there's nothing anymore.
Think about it, dude. They meme all the time about shit like fucking gas the Jews and stuff. Now, I'm not saying that's a harmful thing, but to whom is that high comedy but a Nazi? You know what I mean? Like, who else is giggling at, like, the latest fucking spurged out retard going, gas the Jews, kek, you know what I mean? And it's just like, who's giggling at that but a fucking person that's got something against Jews they shouldn't have? Just fucking retarded.
I think people like pushing, I mean, like, some people just like pushing social buttons, but they're not really clever enough to do it in an interesting way.
I'm not talking about those people.
You know, I mean, well, I'm just saying, like, you gotta I mean, like, we can't know intent necessarily from a fucking chat comment. I mean, a lot of weird, unrestrained id comes out in chat rooms and shit.
I'm not even really talking about chat rooms.
Right, okay. Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about the people that are talking about this stuff.
Right. Well, they're not. I mean,
the people that are in chat rooms
it,
are a tiny fraction of the people that are actually watching Andy Worski.
Sure.
If Andy Worski's got 12,000 live viewers or whatever he's pulling, you know what I mean? There's probably 200 or 300 people in the chat, maximum.
Yeah.
and then the rest of the people are just watching. Those are the people I'm worried about. Because you're right. You can never tell what the fucking chat intentions are. They're constantly trying to trick you and, fucking get you to say something you shouldn't say. I mean, you can never trust the chat. But I'm talking about the people that are soaking this shit up.
I'm just saying the people who are saying gas the Jews, keck. I mean, like, I don't know necessarily where they stand based on that.
I was just talking about the hosts of these shows and shit.
They're going so much further than that, though. I mean, they're
I'm just saying,
espousing a philosophy. That,
no, I totally agree with you. I'm just saying, like,
okay.
To whom is that so funny that it becomes a bit on your show?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was
funny when the pug did it.
It was only funny because such a spotlight was put on it. Because you looked at it and it was so fucking funny to see that, and then imagine a dude going to jail for it.
Yeah. That was the I mean, like, it was funny even without the jail thing, but
yeah, you're kind of right.
But I mean, like, that did kind of add a whole other level of, like, wow, not only is this happening, not only am I watching a pug do Nazi salutes, but someone's going, they didn't go to jail, but, how many people who scream racial epithets are mentally ill or just have a shit sense of humor? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, some people just want to push buttons and shit. You got to factor that into the equation. But
of course.
JF is not doing that. JF is, putting forth a fucking ideological agenda.
Oh yeah, it goes deeper than dude. I don't want to get hung up in having another, like, we do a lot of talking about the chat. Like, if there's ever been a show that explores the id of internet chat deeper than us on this ideology shit that we've been doing ill-advisedly for however long we've been doing it, I want you to name it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is real old school kind of shit, because this used to be how live streams were done. It was just you reacting to the chat. Maybe you had someone else you were talking to here and there. But I mean, like, the old, like, blog TV days and shit, it was all just, hey, it's the chat. What's the chat? What's going on with the chat? What questions do they have? What things are they saying?
But
and now people have all kinds of other things they do, and we kind of get off. We kind of are getting a little bit more away from the chat, but it's still way more central here than it is on any other fucking show. That I can think of. It's going.
I'm trying. I was focusing on the actual hosts of these shows and the people they're bringing on, and the little cult of personality that has sprung up around this kind of really super thinly veiled, Jew-hating nonsense.
I mean, it's not just Jews. I mean, it's just...
Well, that's what I'm... Yeah, but I'm saying...
nationalism across the board.
I'm saying Jews because
that's
the only time I've ever deep dived into a Warski Live, it's been the Jew Hate-a-thon.
Right.
And that's the honest truth. I haven't watched any other Warski Live content for long enough to know what it was about.
I watch it every now and then.
Like, I tuned into the Kumite a lot. Well, that's not true. I watched a lot of Worski Live during the Baked Alaska when they were roasting him and shit. Mm-hmm. But that was a focused drama thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know, like, on an average day when they're not tarring and feathering one of the former pillars of their community, what kind of show are they doing? And the only one I've seen is the Jew Hate-a-thon. Now, I don't know how many of those there are, if that's the only one. I don't know if they talk about black people in that way or any other race of people.
I will say, though, too, like, when I was like, hey, you want to bring Howard Bloom on here and get a different perspective? I actually know a Zionist Jew. Are you willing to give him a platform as well? The response was not like, well, I'll never do that. I would never have a Jew on here. It was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. Let's get more drama going. So I don't really know that, at least on Warski's part, I don't think it's that ideologically motivated. I think he just wants to put on a crazy show that no one else is willing to put on. I've seen quite a few Warski lives. I always hated Baked Alaska, and I will say seeing him get shat on was fucking hilarious. Ha, he's such a fake. I don't really know much about the guy. I'm kind of glad Baked Alaska was kind of coming at me to be on his show, and then I was kind of mulling it over, and then this shit happened, and I was like, whoa, dodge that bullet. Glad I didn't do that.
I mean, I don't know, dude. You could have fucking just eviscerated. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I don't really I would never. I mean, I don't have that mentality like you do. Like, you went on that Kumite show with probably the right attitude for that show of like, I'm going to tear someone apart.
Well, yeah.
Like, I'm not, like, that doesn't really hold much interest for me. I don't want to just go and tear someone apart. I'm not like, I want to destroy this son of a bitch. I used to have that.
Yeah.
That's gone from my psyche for whatever reason. Like, I've expended that. Now,
You did a lot more of it than
if you piss
than
me off, then yeah, maybe I'll do it. But that's like, I'd rather go and have a conversation and try to figure somebody out at this point rather than try to just condemn them or whatever, because I'm sick of that.
Yeah.
Especially like, I'll be honest with you, a big part of the reason Drunken Peasants ended for me is because I got tired of making fun of people. I got tired of the meanness of it. I got tired of feeling like I was
But you just did a
profiting
bunch
from-
of shows making fun of Andy Dick and this and that and the
Well,
other
yeah,
thing.
I mean, those guys are huge train wrecks, and they're fair game because they're in the fucking mainstream cultural zeitgeist. And, I felt bad for Andy Dick. I mean, especially, I felt bad for Pauly Shore, especially since his mom died like 2 days after our show. I was like, fuck, I wouldn't have put that show then if I knew the motherfucker's mom was going to die 2 days later.
Right.
I'd have been like, let's hold back on this. But you can't predict the fucking future. But I just felt like, let's look at this mental fucking retard, and it's like, I just feel like a fucking high school bully at some point. Like,
Dude,
I want to be done with that.
see, and I see value in it. I see value from the standpoint of, and this is just we just had very different fucking upbringings, but I see value in it in terms of like a bunch of dudes standing around busting on each other.
Sure.
There's a biblical quote that I actually like. There's actually a lot of biblical quotes that I actually like. But as iron sharpens iron, so does one man sharpen another.
Right.
I actually really like that quote, and I find a lot of truth in it. Being hard on each other, I think, is kind of in the DNA of men.
Sure.
And I think that focusing on it is okay. And I think it's okay to have a place where dudes go to do that. Because you know what? I've been doing it since I was a kid. Standing around on the playground. Some dude goes, "You're fucking fat." And I go, "Yeah, well, you're cross-eyed, so lick my dick, bitch." You know what I mean? Like, whoever can get one over on the other guy. And then the other dudes standing around go, "Oh." Girls have their own form of this shit. It just involves a whole lot more backbiting.
I mean, I'm
and
not
shit
saying
talk.
it's not part of culture and it's not part of biology and all that stuff.
But you're a Satanist. You're all about denying the human or not denying the human impulse. This is part of the male human impulse.
I don't really consider myself a Satanist in the Church of Satan tradition.
Well, no. Your own interpretation of Satan is way more hedonistic.
Yeah, I don't really. I don't know. I just feel like, as iron, what is it again?
As iron sharpens iron, so does one man sharpen another.
I just don't know. I feel like, the whole sharpness thing. I hate to get into like a toxic masculinity kind of thing, but like, maybe some people are a little too fucking sharp in that way and not sharp enough in others.
I don't think in this culture that's true. I think the opposite is true nowadays. I think men are soft now.
Too soft.
Bitch mode is the name of the game, and it's been pushed that way.
I feel like, though, that it's more of, it's not a softness. There's no reluctance in people to attack each other. It's only about a personal softness of, I don't want to be attacked. I don't want to be attacked. Poor me. I don't feel like people really have much reluctance to be really brutally fucking mean to other people. I just feel like for some reason, even though that's the case, people are way more sensitive.
I'm removing myself from the anonymity of chat because I'm talking about just as personalities here.
Sure.
We can leave them on because, like we said earlier, who knows what their fucking motives are? Whether they're being genuine or whether they're not is something that, you flip a coin. Take a guess. Your guess is as good as mine.
I've never identified as a Satanist, but Paul's probably figured shit out by my obsession with satanic imagery.
No, it's not even that.
Shit, so.
I mean, yeah, it's not even like what you listen to and shit. It's just you've talked to me a few times about it. Not necessarily you being a Satanist, but why you like those things. And that just, whatever. I felt comfortable saying it, but I'm not putting a label on you. You label yourself how. I don't like doing that shit to people.
Yeah, I don't really object to it. It's not something I'd apply to myself, but I definitely do like the concept of the metaphorical Satan. The enemy, the opposition. I mean, Satan means nemesis, right? So,
Right.
yeah, I try to define myself like that.
You've also talked about Satan being part of this balance. That's something that's actually provable. This
To me, it's like
equilibrium.
we had this conversation. I don't mean to interrupt you, but
No,
I
it's
think
okay.
I think I kind of expand on what you're saying here. We
Sure.
were talking about the chimps and the bonobos.
Yeah.
We were talking about chimps are these very brutally violent creatures, you know, and you can get into that if you want to. And bonobos are very peaceful and they like to fuck.
Right.
If two male bonobos get into a dispute, they resolve it by basically jerking each other off.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this crazy is that scientists, when they first saw bonobos, just thought they were chimps because they look basically fucking identical. It wasn't until they observed their behavior that they realized these are not chimps. And I feel like within the duality of human beings, I feel like there's some chimp and there's some fucking bonobo. Not in a literal biological sense. They're, you know, we didn't descend from them. But, you know, we share common ancestors. And I feel like that path of divergence is still a possible thing for human beings. Like, I could see both of those behaviors reflected in us, you know? I can see that, like, territorial, crush your skull, smash your spine, kill your babies, kind of fucking, like, this is mine and I will have my territory and all this. And I also see the you know, let's just fuck and peace and love and all that shit. And, you know, I think it's part of the duality of man's consciousness. You know, and I don't know. I think that kind of gets to it. Or you could call it God and Satan. I mean, like, you know, there's so many different ways you can split human beings in a duality. I think really it's just a tool for thinking more than it is an actual reality. I don't really believe that any of these dualities are true. I think they're false dichotomies, but we tend to like to think in those ways of like opposites. Look at these opposites, not seeing that they're joined. I don't know. I kind of went on a rant there, but just you chew on whatever part you want of that.
No, I think it's all kind of connected. Because
Yeah. Right.
when the shit goes south, it's the men. Military conflict and shit. No?
I think your mic is off or something.
Oh shit. Well, that fucking sucks.
Sorry, people were saying like he couldn't hear you and stuff. And I
That
was
fucking
looking
sucks.
You were saying though, or do you want to not bother now or something?
Yeah, what's even the point?
The moment is gone.
Yep. It has passed.
Oh wait, is Paul still here? How long has it been off?
Yeah, they missed the last minute. I know, dude. I just like accidentally muted this mic, fucking with this toppledy-turvy mic stand.
As one mic sharpens man.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I was going back to what I was kind of saying is that Satanism isn't as far from what we were talking about earlier than, you know, it seems to be, I don't think. Because I think there's something very Satanist.
Edgelord GJ, just to answer that question.
Got it. I think there's something very Satanist, at least as you've explained how you interpret it to me, what you consider Satanism to be, or at least the appreciation you have.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck it. I don't know, dude. I hate having to do things twice.
I just feel like though, I don't know. It's like kind of one of my big disagreements with Nietzsche is this like that which doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I feel like a lot of times that which doesn't kill people makes them weaker. I don't know that necessarily. I mean, it seems like in our culture, people are more than willing to give each other tremendous amounts of shit. But it doesn't seem like it's made people stronger. It seems to me like it's made them more sensitive, more insular, scared to fucking talk to each other. You're scared of the outsiders. Scared.
But who's responsible for that? Is it men themselves, or is it like the people that told the men? You know, like, fuck, man, when they call you that, that's the most worst thing they can say to you. You know, like, instead of just going like, who cares a fuck what they said? You know what I mean? Harden up. Call them a faggot back.
That's what I think is really missing, is that philosophy of, hey, other people's opinions only matter to a very limited extent.
Right.
Here, Paul. Yes, you can. Shut up.
Anyway. I think it's, and that's a deep fucking subject in and of itself right there, because it's like that's connected to a bunch of different shit, like this culture where everybody gets a fucking trophy,
right?
This, like, it's like the, you know, the pussification of America.
You're the last winner.
And that just comes down to, like, is there value in male stoicism? And I think the answer to that is a resounding yes.
A resounding what? I'm sorry, I
was
coughing. Yes, okay. Women are to blame for the cultural shift. There, I said it.
And this is not taking nothing away from women. You know what I mean? I'm talking about just men being men here. And you know what I mean? That doesn't mean you can walk around being an asshole all the time to every dude trying to sharpen him. It just means that when you see somebody that you know, or that's in your circle, or that's, you know, in your orbit, or whatever the fuck, that's doing something stupid, somebody ought to say something sometimes.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes men need to hear hard shit. And they need to get all mad and defensive and go, no, man, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And then they need to go home and chew on it for a while. And go, you know what? God damn it, man. And I don't want to take that away. I don't want to see that go away. And I feel like I've always pursued that too. As a kid in the schoolyard, I always wanted to be able to insult a dude as hard as I possibly fucking could, as quickly as I could, because I knew what currency that was amongst men. And I knew that it would be fun to come up against a dude that could do better than me. And you know what I mean? Like, there was something driving me to want that. And it wasn't just, I want to defend myself from being called a fat kid.
Yeah.
It was like, there's
a natural urge for competition and stuff too.
Right. And, you know, I've always been that way. I really have. Like, I'm not overly confrontational. I know when to keep my mouth shut, usually. But I've always felt that need to, like, call people on their bullshit, I guess. And I like arguing with people who call me on mine. I think it's an important part of how I grew as a person.
So uncivilized, ball.
No, see, I think that's very civilized. Having somebody go, you know what, you're full of shit, and arguing with that motherfucker, and either he's right or you're right. You know, you come to the conclusion. You learn something from the exchange. As iron sharpens iron, so does one man sharpen another.
Is it possible to teach our young to not be overly sensitive, yet still get them to be sensitive when necessary? I mean, that's like the problem, is that if you have too much sensitivity, then everyone just runs in terror from any negativity and just thinks that they're being so horribly persecuted anytime someone mentions something negative about them. But if you don't have enough sensitivity, then, you know, you can literally say anything to anyone and it's just meaningless because they don't care.
Right.
So, you know, you almost have to try to, like, strike a balance, and few people really have that balance in themselves of, like, I care enough about what people say to take them seriously, but I don't care enough to be, you know, to go crying in the corner every time someone says, like, you know, your jacket sucks or something, you know, some minor critique or insult. Right. You know, you hate me.
Well,
I'm not saying I have the perfect balance or anything.
no, I don't really think that exists. You know, I think I might place a little, but see, it's a totally verbal thing for me. It never forever for me crosses over into the I want to beat this dude's ass territory.
That might be another difference between us, because like I have violence in my being that I struggle against, that like there comes a point of my anger where like words ain't doing it for me anymore, and I really don't like to feel that coming up. I mean, I do on some visceral level. I'm like, man, yeah, but like the fact that I can't actually beat anyone's ass, and even if they were there for me to beat their ass, I'd either get my ass beat trying, or I'd get in trouble for doing it, you know.
Right. I'm sensing some contradictions in what Paul is saying now and his repulsion to blood sports. I don't have a repulsion to blood sports. I wouldn't have gone on the blood sports, you know, kumite shit if I had a repulsion to the idea of dudes getting together and yelling at each other and exchanging ideas. I was ignorant as to exactly how, like,
Warski Live.
Yeah, Warski Live shit. I just hadn't watched it. Other than some of the fucking crazy Baked Alaska, them fucking on him in public and going into his streams and...
Right.
You know what I mean? But, like, as far as, like, what are they doing on a general show? I didn't know. I knew that they were covering Jews and stuff, but I didn't know it was just, like, literally, let's get a bunch of people in here, and they frame it like it's somebody versus somebody, but it's really everybody in the room versus the Jews.
Yeah, that was not a well-conceived episode at all.
Well,
I mean, I'm not even leaving all of the racism critiques out of it, just as like content. That's not good because I mean, I don't know if you can really classify Warski as blood sports even necessarily, but there's no real conflict there when the two positions being argued are fuck the Jews completely versus fuck the Jews, but you know.
Right, and it just alternates between who's being a little more soft on the Jews and who's being harder, and it's just back and forth like a teeter-totter all night.
It's not an interesting debate. If I watch a debate like that, I think, I have no problem, honestly, with the platform being given, like, here's a platform to this crazy fuck, but give a platform to a crazy fuck from the other side and let me watch the two crazy fucks argue. I want to see a fucking fight. If that's what you're selling me as a fight, show me a fight. Show me a fight between two people who are on total opposite ends of the spectrum and want to tear each other apart intellectually. That's when it's fucking interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even... I don't even need that, dude. I have a little bit of baser instinct in me. I like to see people personally insult each other.
Sure.
If, in an evenly matched thing. You know what I mean? One of the things... I'll riff on something you said earlier, and this is once again, not a dig against DP. This is just one of the things that made me kind of relieved to not have to do that show anymore was because I didn't have to make fun of retarded people anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying Corpse Midget shouldn't be aware of the shit he's putting out there and how stupid it is. And I don't think I ever did any irreparable damage to Corpse Midget. But there's really only so much energy you can devote to, like, busting on a dude with a genetic defect who's just trying to make videos on the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as one man sharpens another, so does, or whatever the fuck, that doesn't apply in every goddamn instance, like I said.
And there's a mismatch there.
Right. There's a mismatch.
Yeah.
But it's not even really about a mismatch because I'm going to be I'm not trying to be arrogant, but me against Andy Worski, there's a mismatch there as well. But I don't feel the least bit. In fact, I don't even really feel bad about Corpse Midget. I'm not going to lie to you.
I mean, I don't feel personally bad about it on an emotional level. Just intellectually, I don't feel good about it. Honestly, I just look at it like, what a waste of my time, what a waste of my energy, what a waste of my effort, what a waste of the gifts that I've been given.
Right.
Just fuck this.
Worski's a harder target than Corpse Midget is, and I think or whoever,
Worski
you know what I mean?
Worski's a media figure here on YouTube. I mean,
right.
It makes
and that's why
sense.
I'm interested in this.
And you're that too, and honestly, he has a bigger following than you do.
Well, sure. I mean that
he is big, at this point. I mean, like he's getting his live shows get more views than ours do. So,
for sure.
He's bigger than. In terms of like the people paying attention to him now, he's bigger than me or you.
Right.
So it totally makes sense. If anything, you're at a disadvantage because you don't have that kind of people power behind you. So, I mean, it seems like a totally fair thing for him to sit across the room from you or across the internet from you and to have a fucking frank, intense conversation if that's what you guys want to do.
I thought that was
I have zero objection to that.
You're right. And I thought that was totally obvious, that's because that's what that show, the Kumite, that's what it's about.
And I had no idea you were going on, that aggressively. Obviously, you took it very seriously, what you were doing. I was kind of surprised by how deferential he was, or how he, he was very defensive. I kind of assumed it was going to be more of a spirited back and forth, and instead it was kind of like you'd say things and he'd just kind of try to explain them, which, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with explaining or excusing, if you want to use that word, but not the right tool for that moment, really. Not the best weapon in your fucking arsenal. No. Not a weapon at all, honestly. It's like a shield, and you got a fucking tank coming down on you now. You might want to use something a little bit more aggressive, or maybe there was nothing in the arsenal. I don't know.
Arguing with somebody and doing it in an artful way. I'm not saying artful like it's a Picasso.
I am a genius.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean. Doing it's deceptively tough to do. Mm-hmm. There's a lot involved that people that consume content and just look at it in passing think, oh, just a couple dumbasses arguing.
Because you have to be cognizant of so much and how it's being perceived.
Oh, absolutely. And you have to know when to pivot and how to reframe the argument. I'm
going to tell you something that I kept seeing him say, that just like free advice to anyone out there who is getting into any sort of public argument: never, ever utter the line, I don't give a fuck. Because that just makes it seem like you really give a fuck too much. Don't say that. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah. I mean, that's just 101 shit. But yeah, no, you have to be constantly aware of how it's being perceived. You have to be, especially, the more people that are watching you, the more that's at stake.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to do a big victory lap. The Milo shit is a low point for me in that. That's an example of when I came to an argument unprepared. Yeah. And just kind of rope-a-doped the whole goddamn night.
You came against someone who's very good at the exact art that you're
exactly
speaking of.
And I didn't come prepared for battle. I came like I was going to just be goofy and stoned, and I'm going to be the antagonist, man, and I'm going to poke at Milo, and I'm going to, try and find ways to...
Yeah.
And that was just the opposite of what I should have done.
And you got ass raped.
And I got ass raped. I could have handled that better and come out way better against Milo.
I mean, I don't know. What would you do now?
I would have been way quieter. I would have allowed him time to dig his own grave. I would have given him the floor and not really been looking at it. I would have strategized completely differently. I was looking at every point he brings up. I'm going to offer the liberal counterpoint to it in the most irritating way that I can. I would come at it this way. I would come at it as, allow him to say an accumulation of things that I can then kind of connect later in the interview.
Yeah.
Into a way bigger critique of what he is and what he's doing and how he's pushing himself. And I think I'm a smart enough dude to have done that. But I didn't. I'm not saying it.
You had,
dude, excuses, dude. That's not an excuse. I'm just telling you what I did wrong.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand.
How I think I could have done better in that situation. That ain't an excuse.
I think if there's any sort of, I mean, I don't really like the word excuse, honestly. I feel like there's usually explanations for people's behavior. Someone trying to provide an explanation for their behavior. I don't like to just dismiss that as an excuse on a personal level.
But sometimes people use excuses to get away with shit that.
Well, sure. Sometimes people.
So there's a use for the word.
People try to absolve themselves of guilt by giving an excuse. Sure.
Right.
But I'm always kind of interested to hear what they have to say, because even if they don't even if they're making excuses, usually there might be explanation within there. If I had to give your behavior an explanation or excuse, I would say it was because you were, king shit at that time. Mm-hmm. I think that you kind of had a sense of like, I'm the golden boy. Everything I do is fucking right.
And who could blame me?
Think
about it.
Every indication to that point from the audience was like, yeah, Paul,
not only
your
that,
instincts are spot on and everything.
But think about what happened. In the span of like 2 or 3 months, I went from like being asked to come on the show to being asked a bunch more times to come back on the show to being offered a paid gig to come on the show on a recurring basis every Friday.
Right.
To being offered a job to being on the show all the time. And that would sustain me. I could get an apartment on it. In the span of like 6 months.
Yeah.
That's like for me as a dude that had never had any kind of even real brush with internet fame, other than I guess you early on in my career who went on to become legit internet famous. But I never thought of it that way, and then it just happened. Overnight, I got this whole new life, basically. Because it just happened to coincide at a time where my marriage was falling apart. So that all happened. Dude, I was like, I'm a new man. I'm raised like the phoenix. I was dead for so many years, but I'm raised, and look at how I've ascended already. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I wasn't really that, but that's the kind of.
I mean, the point
you
is,
feel a little
you're
invincible.
You're flying high. You're feeling like, wow, I'm just on top of this. I'm on fire. I'm on a roll. Nothing can stop me.
Right.
And you didn't realize. I tried to tell you. It's like, this Milo, he pretty big right now. He got a lot of people paying a lot of attention to what he's saying. Milo was on an even bigger fucking roll at that time. Now, he hit his wall a little bit later, but you hit your wall and him, like that
right.
was like, and, there was definitely like, I feel like, there was a little while after that maybe you got a little too cautious, like, I'm kind of.
I mean, could you blame me once again?
No, I mean, but
it was, because I knew.
You had to find that balance because you were too high and then you were too low, and then you kind of had to find that, okay, this is my altitude.
Right. Well, the too low thing was in response to just knowing that, like, you guys nobody ever threatened me with firing over the Milo thing because you didn't have to.
Well, I mean,
it was implicit that, like, here's the thing. It was implicit that if I did that again, I'd probably be let go. You know what I mean? In that spectacular of a fashion.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because that just kind of, like, I made the show look a little bit bad in terms of how the whole fucking show was perceived and all the massive people that fucking Milo's name brought to the show. Kind of made us look like shit, even though I was really the only one that looked like shit. But I'm with the show now, right? So
yeah,
fucked up. Yeah. So I knew. As a performer, I knew that it wasn't even needed. So I really went like, okay, I'm going to kind of dial it down to like a Paul 6, you know what I mean? And
what was frustrating to me was just that, I mean, I didn't even know at the time that Ben had talked to you about it, but I knew that I had talked to you about it. I knew I'd come to you and, told you what was what and what you need to do.
I think Ben might have texted me instead of called me because he sent me links. You called me and talked to me about it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, maybe he sent me an email or a text, but he was like, here's some links to some stuff he's done. Watch these, this guy's a big fish guy. Yeah. And that was in the same day. So it was pretty crazy. Well, and like I should have seen that as a big fucking flashing red light.
Yeah.
Like the hosts of the show that just hired you took time out of their day to call you and go, "Hey, dude, this guy coming on the show, do your research and keep your mouth shut and be careful because he's real big."
Take him seriously.
And both of you did it independent of each
serious.
other because you both kind of probably sensed that if there was anybody on the cast that was going to get mouthy or retarded with Milo, it was going to be me.
For me, it was more just like I took a look at Milo and I kind of realized like Paul's going to want to fuck on this guy, but his usual shtick is not going to work. Like I honestly just saw the entire situation unfolding exactly as it did before it happened.
Right.
And I was just like, all right, I'll just talk to Paul. And I said that to you, and I'm like, all right.
Yep.
Crisis averted.
No.
I have alerted Paul, and then the show happened. And it was like, okay, well, that was not what I thought I had accomplished with Paul. I did not. I maybe should have I don't know, stressed that
whatever,
more
dude.
or
No,
something,
you did everything you should have done. This was see.
No, I mean, like I really do. Like I blame myself because I don't know if I really explained it properly.
Right.
I didn't want to fucking come across as patronizing, so I maybe didn't. I didn't want to be like, Paul.
Right.
Your usual bullshit ain't gonna work on this one. You understand me?
Yeah.
Like what you do normally, that works fine. But for this guy, he's on this other level where you don't want to try that shit.
Right.
And I never came out and said that direct. I was just kind of like, you know, we need to take this guy seriously, Paul. He's been on a lot of shows and stuff. And I don't know. I don't think I conveyed what I was really thinking effectively. So
Yeah.
I do take some blame in that, you know. And I don't want to.
Well, no,
No.
yeah, I understand that. Yeah, maybe so. But like, dude, as a performer,
I mean, it's 90% you. I'm just
yeah,
taking,
no,
I'm claiming
yeah,
my,
exactly.
my 10%.
It's actually 100% me, you know, and I don't. That's not just being self-deprecating. It's just like, dude, that's part of my job is to take feedback from the people that are running it. And here's the thing: I also misinterpreted some shit too, and this was just being new to doing the show. What I had done on the show during interviews up to that point was I was the like irritant. I was the little, you know, grain of sand that flies in the guest's eye every once in a while and it makes them a little uncomfortable. I'm good at that. And I thought that that's what you guys wanted me to do full time.
right.
For every guest. So when you called me and said, be careful, I thought you meant like, I don't know, don't hurt his feelings or like don't, you know what I mean? Or like don't piss off his fans or whatever. And I was just like, well, they're going to, you know, I took it as a warning for sure. You know, you were explicitly like, he's got a lot, he's really big right now. But I don't know. It's just like, I just really
All right,
misinterpreted.
So, hold on. This Western guy in the chat here says, I think you guys are overemphasizing the Milo thing. First of all, Milo was the golden boy when he came on our show. It was amazing that he was even coming on our show. Like, he even made a big deal of it. Like, I come on these small little internet shows even though I'm so much bigger than, you know. Like, that was his fucking thing. So, and also, like, beyond just being super popular, Milo was popular for good reason. He had fucking good rhetorical skills. You know, he was very articulate. He knew how to argue with people. He knew how to make people look a fucking fool.
Witty and quick.
Yes. Quick on his feet. Had a comeback for
Yep.
most things. The only time when he was really kind of uncomfortable and on the ropes was kind of like the religious stuff because he knew he had nothing for that.
Yeah.
But, you know, on the political stuff, there was always a quip on the tip of his fucking tongue. And you're also not realizing just the sheer amount of backlash that Paul got after that fucking... We've already talked about it on here before, but
Yeah.
suffice to say, tremendous backlash.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Yeah, it was just an ongoing nightmare in my life. But it was a lesson I needed to learn, and I'm glad I learned it. And I went on, and I think I got better as a result of that. You know, after I eventually kind of started tiptoeing out as Paul 6 back towards a Paul 10 when I could, then I think I kind of hit my stride on the show.
Yeah.
You know, I really kind of found my place, I felt like, after that. which was sorely needed. I mean, I don't really feel like, I'll be honest with you, I don't really feel like I found my place on the show, even though I was on it for quite some time. I don't think I found my place on the show until I moved to Washington.
Right.
I mean, genuinely.
Yeah.
You got to be in the room. You got to be in the room.
The room stuff is just so important.
It can't be overstated.
But, you know.
So, but whatever, you know, that I almost instantly feel like I fell into that. And I really feel like, and that's, I feel like some of the best stuff I did on the show, I did in Washington.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's definitely much better having you in the studio, because the big part of being funny is timing.
Yeah.
You know, it's when you have a lag through Skype, you know, that fucks up comedic timing and shit. You know, and that also leads you to talk when other people are talking and stuff, and you have a natural sort of tendency, at least when you're excited, to want to interrupt people because you're bursting with things you want to say.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're not above just, like, bulldozing over some other shit, especially if it's something you think is just like, that's not as interesting as what I got to say. Here, listen to this.
Yeah.
You know? So, but it was just exacerbated by that Skype lag and shit. So there was definitely, like, much better chemistry there in person. Plus, you know, with Scotty there, you know he might just, like, hit you if you piss him off. So maybe that was like, you know, keeping people more in line too, because everyone's like, Scotty's crazy. So.
I mean, Doom Kid, I don't think Milo did any pedo apologism
on our
show. It was really fucking framed that way by people, but I was there. I participated in the interview.
It never came across that way then.
It felt to me like it was a dark joke about a dark thing from his past. And I wanted to dig deeper into it to find out what he thought about it. His answers were weird to me, but not distasteful in the way that I felt like he was like, oh, yes, it's fine to be a pedophile.
Yeah, I don't think
and
he was,
be predatory
like
with
that.
children on
look,
top of it.
Let's just be real here. And we mentioned this before when we were talking about this the other day. Milo didn't just say that shit on our show. He said that shit on Joe Rogan. That's how we heard about it. We were watching the Joe Rogan review, and we're like, whoa, let's bring up more about that. So I mean, like, but like the Joe Rogan thing and our thing, like that was there for the whole world to see, and you know, millions of people did, and until the news media decided to spin it a certain way, no one was offended.
Right. And on Joe Rogan, he was talking about being a young man having sex with older men, and like if that's true, is he not supposed to talk about it? Can he not talk about that aspect of his life?
And you know
what I mean?
Thing is, like, the real fucking deal is too that, you know, like a lot of these fucking kids in the gay community, you know, as teenagers, you know, especially back when it was more underground and shit to be gay, it was more shameful. Like these kids would go to fucking like bus stations and shit and fucking, you know, go suck dicks, and adults would go there to find teenage boys hanging out to be like, yeah, come back and, you know, suck my dick in this
that still happens.
motel and shit.
I
know it still happens, but I'm saying like that's just so fucking commonplace in that community. And I feel like Milo, if his story is even rooted in any truth, was probably just one of those kids.
Yeah.
Felt disenfranchised, felt alone. There was some adult there that fucking was willing to give him the dick, and he's just like, yeah, the dick. That's what I've been looking for. Just what I've been looking for. And, you know, probably didn't feel that traumatized by it and just assumes because I wasn't personally traumatized, maybe there was nothing wrong there. But, I mean, like, you can totally understand logically how he fucking came to that. Now, that doesn't make it right, but that also doesn't mean he's just blanketly saying that this situation is always appropriate. He's just speaking to his personal fucking experience.
Right.
And what kind of fucking world is it where someone can't even talk honestly about their own personal experiences without someone trying to derive some sort of message from it?
And then get labeled a pedophile.
Yeah.
See,
when he was talking about himself. It wasn't like, I, Milo Yiannopoulos, like to fuck 14-year-old boys. It was like,
he was talking about,
when I was a 14-year-old boy, I like to suck big men's dicks. Is that not true? Does that become not true?
I mean,
because you don't like it?
No.
Smoke a cigarette.
Smoke a cigarette. People were also blaming him for not ratting out the people at those. See, that's fucked up. Like, you can't turn that around on somebody. That's not a point against them. And when something like that happens to you in your life, you have every fucking right to make whatever dark jokes about it you want. Period. There's nothing else to say. Would you rather drink your dad's load or your mom's period? Ugh. Both very unattractive options, but let's break this down. Mom's period is uterine line. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with mom's period right off the bat, and not because like I relish the idea, but because like I just think it's way grosser than drinking your dad's load. Because the period's not the result of some kind of sexual thing. You know what I mean? Your mom doesn't get her period because she fucked. It's gross, but it's just a natural biological process that happens to a woman every month. Whereas to drink your dad's load, you drank something that he had to get his dick hard, and then he fucked your mom, and then right at the last second he pulled out and jizzed in a glass, and you got to drink that. That's grosser. That's grosser. Fucking A, man. Holy shit. TJ left me here all by myself. I have to pee. So you guys are going to have to enjoy whatever the music is playing. I don't even have my headphones on tonight. So give me a second. I'm going to go take a leak.
I mean, if the priest fucked with Milo, he probably fucked with other kids. So Milo probably should name that priest just so people are aware this priest might fuck your kids. Because the Catholic Church certainly ain't going to do nothing about it. I got semi-called out for being a sensationalist retard and hopping on the Milo defended pedophilia train. I feel like I've got a better view of it all now. Good time to do a weed. Every time is a good time to do a weed. Lil Beezy, go back to the beginning of the stream. You'll get it. How's the DFF intro coming? You're going to have to just wait and see. Wait and see. I am a bi dude who tends to like dudes more than chicks, but the fact that other dudes who are my same age went out looking for 40-year-old dick really grossed me out. Am I just the outlier? I don't know. I mean, I'm bisexual, but I never was part of any sort of like gay culture or anything. I never wanted to be part of anyone's culture. I never wanted to be part of any group of people. I just have a aversion to that. So, I don't know. I really just don't know. I don't know what was commonplace. I can't speak from much personal experience or observation because I'm just not I'm not one of these go out and live your life kind of people. I'm one of these. I'm very more of an observer. I like to watch. I like to just kind of be aloof. I'm gonna go see TJ. What happened to the video you announced production of a long time ago? Race realism arguments. Too hot to touch, or was it just put on the back burner? Just backburnered. I think I might actually get into it in my book. I'm kind of stuffing a lot of ideas that are a bit more difficult to get into videos into that book. So maybe that'll be a race realism chapter. It's not among my top priorities, but I might be able to dedicate a little time to it. I really don't care who or what Milo does. I just think he's an annoying, vacuous twit. I mean, you're free to think that. Maybe it's true. What's your plan for the future content of your channels? I just do what I want. I don't know, live in the moment. Got some cheese sticks. Load gulpin scoundrels and hash feasting fiends. When did I say that? I don't remember saying that. That doesn't even sound like something I could come up with. Hey, Scotty. Jesus, man. That's Scotty's ringtone on my phone, by the way. I thought it was offensive to say gays go for boys. Well, I mean, obviously some do. That wouldn't happen if none did. TJ, have you ever seen the short film James by Connor Clements on YouTube? It explains the Milo thing. I've never seen it. I want to see TJ and Paul on acid. Well, we want to be on acid again. Yes. Yeah. All right. Aware. Skid it? I don't want skid it. I don't want to skid it, dude. Well, I mean, it knows that this IP address watched that fucking video more than once. I mean, like, it's. Oh, well, your phone's not even on the Wi-Fi? Then, yeah, that doesn't make any sense then. It just knows.
It's listening.
It's always listening. What's the worst? I don't... It's one of those things where I just don't feel like my brain works like other people's. Because, like, you know, other people are like, man, I saw my mom's face rip apart and turn into a skull, and she was the devil, and she tried... Blah, blah. You know, and people... Like, one time when I was on acid... I was sitting there next to Chelsea, and Chelsea literally turned into not just a spider, but a giant spider.
Whoa.
Like, I was looking right at Chelsea's face, and what I was seeing was a giant, 8-eyed fucking spider the size of this room looking back at me. And I was just like, cool. You know, like, there's no dark imagery that I'm going to be like, oh, no, I'm scared of this. I'm happy to see it. That's why I did acid in the first place. I wanted to see some crazy fucked up shit.
I mean,
in fact, I'm disappointed when I don't see enough crazy fucked up weird shit. As much as I make fun of the people who come in here and are like, try DMT. Yeah, goddamn, I want to try some fucking DMT. I want to fucking exist in a fucking crazy realm of weird shapes and shit. That's like, if you're an observer like I describe myself as, then what is cooler to observe than something like that?
What about the tactile feedback of it? Like people describe it like having a giant weight on you.
Never felt that. The only negative side of acid for me.
No, I'm talking about DMT.
Oh, DMT.
You were saying you would take DMT. Like you said you like the visual aspect of it, but DMT, as I understand it, is
tactile as well, right?
Well, yeah, it's a whole body trip.
Right.
It's like it takes away your consciousness totally and replaces it with whatever gobbledygook it has, and that includes sensory feedback and your body and,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems like most people who do it tend to enjoy the experience. I think I probably would too. I don't know. I mean, like, without trying it, how can I possibly fucking know how I feel about it?
Oh.
I'm not scared of it. I'd do it. One day you'll come across a real giant spider and regret it. Well, yeah. If I came across a real giant spider, I'd be pretty fucking freaked out. But to see it and to know, like, whoa, this acid is crazy. I guess maybe that's the difference. Maybe it's just because I don't lose sight of the fact that I'm tripping. Like, I don't know. I don't know how you forget that.
I guess I would do DMT under really controlled circumstances. It's just like the stronger a psychedelic is, the more careful I am with it. Because I don't ever want to get to the point where I've taken so much. I don't like the idea of losing my control totally.
Right.
Yeah. I always like riding that edge and, lowering my inhibitions and playing with the ideas of my reality. But I never like to lose my grip on the idea that I'm having a trip because I put a bunch of chemicals in my brain.
Yeah.
And I'll wake up from this and it'll be fine. So just enjoy what
you're pretty much paralyzed during a fucking DMT trip. So
there's
not really much risk of you like, oh shit, he jumped off the roof or some crap.
It's not even really that you're paralyzed. It's just that, as I understand it, just from listening to people talk about being on it,
right?
It's not even that you're paralyzed. I mean, yeah, I guess technically your body is paralyzed. It's not doing anything, but you don't feel like you're paralyzed,
right?
You're transported to another reality. You feel like
you're in like this other realm and shit. Right. Yeah. Like you're plugged into the Matrix.
I don't like that. I don't like the idea of being completely cut off my body and my brain. You know what I mean?
Free your mind, Paul.
No. But I might do it under really controlled circumstances, like if there was a doctor standing by, and no, I'm being honest. Correct dosage. I'd love to do that float tank shit.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Like I'd do it as long as it was cool, and I would have a fucking meltdown after it too. I'd come out of there blubbering about what a fucking revelation I'd had, and I'd
I found God.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't get very strong visuals on acid at all. Maybe I just haven't taken enough. I mean, like, it can depend on the strain or whatever the fuck it's called with acid. I mean, there's different shit. I mean,
and there's no real universal measurement of acid because, surprise, surprise, acid is illegal. So sometimes you take a tab and it's this much acid, and sometimes you take a tab and you're like, holy fuck, that was 1 tab of acid. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? It's like
when I'm on acid, it's usually more like heightened emotions and perception. Yeah, I mean, you're not bound to get strong visuals. I mean, you can. I mean, honestly, a lot of times a trip will go where you fucking take it. Like if you have a bunch of people around and you're watching something, or there's something that kind of grounds you to reality, then it's one way. But if you decide you're just gonna fucking surrender to the visuals, they'll happen. Like, because there's like a little bit of fight back. Like you'll kind of like see something kind of weird, and you'll be like, whoa, and kind of be like, that's not accurate. But if you just surrender to that, you'll start seeing some crazy shit. And it kind of depends on the kind of acid you got and how much of it you've taken and all kinds of other stuff too. But a lot of it's just like where you decide to take the trip or where the trip decides to take you or whatever.
Yeah, you have very limited control over a trip.
I mean, I feel like you got pretty good control in some sense. Like,
it's limited.
If you decide to focus, like I'm going to focus more on having a visual trip, you can do activities that are more conducive to that.
Yeah, but in terms of what you see, you don't get to pick.
Oh, you don't get that. You don't get to choose.
When you do have a visual trip, that's what I'm talking about. When a trip does go visual, what you see is whatever your fucking drug-addled brain decides it wants to show you.
But I mean, assuming that the level of acid you've taken is like quote unquote reasonable, you can kind of push it more towards a visual trip or more towards like a wow, I'm having some deep thoughts kind of trip, or just like
and you can go between
about laughter and shit or
you
whatever.
You can go between the two.
Yeah,
you know, you can kind of vacillate between I'm seeing shit and it's kind of cool. And then kind of have it mellow for a little while where it gets more philosophical, and then have it peak again.
Yeah, but it's hard. I mean, you can't really control the exact nature of the visuals that you get. And I mean, would you really want to? Don't you want to be surprised by what you're seeing?
No, yeah, that's part of the fun of taking acid.
Yeah, you want to have a little fun and see something that you didn't expect to see. I mean, and just see the power of your mind. The things that you can create, that some part of you can create, even if you can't consciously do it. Like staring up at the fucking ceiling, like you can sometimes see like kind of primitive pictures in the ceiling. I was seeing like full canvas, like here's a fucking picture straight from your mind projected on the ceiling.
Those doors that like are on bedroom doors where they're like fake wood and all the grain is there and shit.
Right.
You stare at one of those types of doors on acid, it can be fucking amazing. But pretty much like anything with like busy patterns can be pretty amazing.
I know, because you see things in it that are so intricate that it just blows your mind that you're able to create something like that. Some part of you is, Would
I take PCP if somebody paid me enough? Yes.
It'd be interesting to at least know what that's like. Don't you feel like invincible? Nothing hurts you and shit.
I have a friend who smoked crack one time just because he wanted to know what all the fuss was about crack.
Right.
And he went out, he got crack, he smoked it, and I asked, he did it, and I said, well, how was it? And he said it was fucking amazing. But he never did it again.
Yeah.
So, maybe crack would be cool to try once. Maybe it'd be cool to you know what I mean? Like, as long as you can trust yourself to keep it to a one-time thing.
Yeah, see, I don't have that trust. I mean, like, I wouldn't want to do any drug that I wouldn't be willing to give myself over to, I guess, because I just know.
Well, then you need to not do any of these drugs you're talking about. Like, yeah, if I'm ever around and somebody's got some, because you've been like.
Oh, I could totally see myself being like, I'll trip on DMT anytime. Whatever. I don't.
No, not even DMT. What about like Coke? Like you've never tried Coke, but you're always like, well, yeah, I'd try.
It's definitely a bad idea for me to do a line of Coke, but I still want to do it. So.
TJ the cokehead.
The failings of man. You get visual. I didn't know PCP had visuals, honestly. I don't really know much about it. I've just seen some people on it and thought they were quite funny. Paul, crack would be cool to try. Ego.
I mean, whatever, dude. I haven't done crack, but I'm just saying, under the right circumstances, maybe it would feel real good.
Who isn't at least curious,
Yeah. Try it once. Good luck. No. Yeah, I don't want to, disclaimer, don't go out and do anything that I say here on this show. Do I have to do that?
Coke is great. Never give TJ Coke. That's probably good advice. I don't know. I think what you really got to keep me away from is this fucking benzos and shit, because I'll just end up overdosing on that.
Dude, have you ever come close?
I mean, I was at a point on Klonopin where my arms were totally numb. I had no fucking motor control on my hands. It's just like,
ugh.
So, I mean, I don't know. What if that'd been like my heart was like, I give up. Fuck this.
You're fucked.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know how close I was. I mean, maybe it would have taken a lot more. Maybe it was razor's edge for all I fucking know. I don't know. But I had fun. I liked it. It was a total blast. Opiates are like I don't give a fuck about opiates, and I've done them. I've had like tried all this OxyContin and shit, and I've done it, and I've been like, this is lame. I don't know if I've done the oxycodone, OxyContin. I don't know if Vicodin, Valium. I don't know what those are, but neither of them did shit for me. Yeah. Some of these these like chill drugs, are like, yeah, whoa.
That's just not what you're seeking out.
I'm just like, fuck that. I don't want that garbage. Get that away. That doesn't do shit for me. Like cocaine, that seems like, yeah, energy. I can always use that.
It's just meh. I don't know, dude.
Weed and mushrooms is all you need.
I mean, I tend to agree with that. I mean, maybe with some acid in there too. Little LSD, little mushrooms, little weed. I'd be a happy dude. I don't need anything else outside of that.
I'm not averse to drugs though. But I mean, you got drugs you like and drugs you don't. I'm not encouraging anyone to do drugs.
I just hate how I'm tired of getting dragged down into this. What drugs have you done? Talk about drugs. You know what I mean? It's one thing to like be for decriminalizing drugs and shit.
Yeah.
And another thing to be expected to talk about every drug you've done. And
it's none of your business, really.
Right, but we're just sitting here doing it anyway.
Well, I mean,
like I do the same thing. I'm not criticizing you. I'm just saying, like,
I mean, whatever.
I just hate getting dragged into that by these fucking chats who are just like, they've never done a drug,
so they want
to live vicariously through me because I went out of the house and tried a few drugs. And it's just like, I'm not telling you to go do drugs, but if you're super fucking like, go do the research and figure out if it's for you and do it or don't. But quit coming to me for like fucking, like, talk about drugs, man, drugs.
Yeah, I mean, like,
that's not the drumbeat of my life,
Yeah, I mean, neither Paul or I have lives that revolve around drugs, unless you count cigarettes for me
or weed for me.
Yeah, so.
But whatever, we both function within the limitations of our drug, and we do our thing.
Okay, Paul, way to be totally full of shit.
Totally full of shit? About what?
You're full of shit, Paul.
What did I say?
You're totally full of shit.
That's all did I say? See, I hate fucking chats like that, dude. I hate it when people are just like, you're totally full of shit. They offer no clarification about what shit I'm full of, what I said that was wrong, and I'm just supposed to roll with that like they think I know what they thought I just said that was full of shit.
Yeah, it's because to them it's so self-evident that of course you know exactly what they're referring to. And the crazy thing is, if you ask for that clarification, it almost never comes either. Like, I've done it where it's like, what do you mean? And then they vanish. Even if they were there constantly before, now that the onus is on them to fucking provide something. All right, I'm going to pay attention to you. What's the meat of your argument against me?
Poof.
And then it's like, gone. Judging the chat that apparently we all haven't touched drugs. You know, TJ, you know. What do I know?
I don't know, though, because here's the thing. If you've been around, like, I get that argument, and I'm not trying to judge you, but here's the thing. If you've been around and done a bunch of drugs, then why are you constantly, as a chat, bringing up, like, would you do this? Would you do that? How did it feel to do this? What's the hardest drug you've ever done? What's the softest drug you've ever done? You ever OD'd on a drug? It's drug. Because, like, when you're drug savvy, that's not what you do. You don't spend your whole day just going drug. You know what I mean? Like, you've done it. You kind of know for yourself. And what you haven't done, you've looked into because you kind of maybe want to, maybe. But, like, it doesn't behoove a drug-savvy group of people when drug just keeps coming up.
Why do I hate the black cauldron so much? I don't know. I've explained it many times.
Explain it again, TJ.
Get out of here, Gordy, or whatever the fuck your name is.
You know my name, TJ. You've always known my name, TJ.
Yeah. Race car capping. Paul died doing drugs.
I mean,
drugs.
I hope so. Like, that's the best way to go out, dude.
Do a drug, Paul.
What?
Shush, bitchin'. Tell me a story. I'm hungover.
Dude, I told an epic story earlier, TJ.
You did.
I'm gonna. Coolman already clipped it.
Cool. So it's gonna be going.
Dude,
up
if
as
I
a
send it
solo
to you,
video.
do you want to watch it? You want to take a break and let them watch it,
Sure.
or do you want to watch it? Dude, it's pretty funny.
I'll watch it later, but for now,
Well, I'll just send you a link then.
we can use it to
Yeah, if
show
you ever
them.
need a break.
Well, yeah, I mean, whatever. We can go fucking chill outside for a minute or something.
Yeah,
Show them your story.
it's pretty goddamn funny, dude. It's a story that I couldn't believe never came up, but it's always that when people are asking me, do a story. Sometimes I have to arrive at a story. And I was just having a conversation earlier that ended up leading to a fucking amazing story that I've never told you. Because I just hadn't thought about it.
Crazy.
It was dope. It's awesome.
I uploaded an intro I made for Flash Fried. Okay.
The story wasn't that cool, Paul. Thanks, Toast
Story
Woozy.
was garbage, Paul.
Unlike whatever's going on over on the Toast Woozy channel that's just got everybody talking. That's one of the things, that I just hear in the background radiation of the internet constantly is what is Toast Woozy up to?
I've always wondered that.
Never mind.
Like, what's Toast Woozy doing right now?
You're the first person to ever wonder that. So congratulations. You get absolutely nothing.
I hear all kinds of people talking about Toast Woozy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, me too.
Were you being sarcastic? Because that's actually true.
Okay.
It's one of the biggest channels on YouTube.
Oh yeah, Toast Woozy, dude.
Nice, top tier.
TJ, I know what fake concerned TJ who's lying looks like and real because I've seen both.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you're trying to put one over on me. You're trying to be like, I know this Toast Woozy channel, Paul. I've been around YouTube, dude. Don't fucking question me right now, Paul. I'm serious, dude. Toast Woozy? You're not going to sell this one to me. Toast Woozy is a nobody. A nobody, TJ.
You seriously not know who Toast Woozy is?
No. See, TJ, like I said, I know.
Mean, you're just fucking around. Toast Woozy is one of the biggest fucking channels on this fucking site, dude. I mean, really, like, it's amazing he's even in here.
You're so stupid. He's got 3 subscribers. How much you want to bet one of them's his mom?
You know
dude?
what though? Those are he has very influential subscribers.
Oh, it's like Bill Gates,
Yeah.
George Soros, and
like,
God.
It's an elite. I mean, it's not about numbers. It's
Right.
about the quality of the subscribers.
It's not about how many people you know. It's about who you know
Yeah,
specifically.
Yeah. We're talking. We got Elon Musk, Bill Clinton, and Bill Gates.
Whoa.
All on this. Those are his 3 subscribers. So he might not look like much, but he wields some influence.
Amongst the power brokers, having those 3 contacts is known as a Muskie Bill sandwich, which, it really is a mark of an influencer to have those 3 people as subscribers. So I take it all back. I'm sorry about that.
Toast Woozy is
Toast Woozy.
hardcore.
Dedicated fan base. Yeah,
I don't even
Marshall,
remember
yeah.
what he said at this point.
I don't even care. I've been roasting him so long I forgot like why I was roasting him.
Damn you, Soros. I should have said Toast Woozy knows Soros, dude.
He does, dude. He does. I can tell a fucking dude that's cooperating with Soros when I hear him.
He's happy about it. He's like, sweet, they roasted me.
Let me help Soros take over the world now.
I wish I remember what the fuck he even said, but it's totally lost.
Who
to me
cares? I mean, it was just some stupid bullshit.
now. I guess I care a little, but I don't know why.
He's talking about, I don't know.
Paul, you mock, but when people Google him, you will feel silly.
Oh no!
Shit.
Oh no!
Gorilla versus Soros. Whoa.
Gorilla versus Soros. Whatever. I'm not gonna do a gorilla tonight.
Gorilla versus Soros. They call that the Musty Clinton.
Unless, of course, you know what, dude? You know how they can get gorilla? Buy It's Gorilla, the T-shirt phenomenon that's sweeping.
I wonder how many. I never did check on how many that's actually sold.
I mean, that would, I hate to be a total fucking soulless sellout, but if you want to convince me to do It's Gorilla, and do some more gorilla verses, then you probably ought to, buy It's Gorilla,
Best fucking
That
shirt.
lets me know that I've struck the vein of gold. It's Gorilla.
Yeah, we sold 15 of them. Or 13, rather.
Well, there you go. That's so stupid. Well, I mean, like, it's cool. What I might get one too. It's gorilla then.
No, it's definitely stupid. There shouldn't be any sort of like, what? I mean, no, I mean it's not. Yeah, it is. It's really stupid.
It is stupid.
It's totally fucking stupid, but it's kind of neat. It's Gorilla, the shirt. 13 suckers and counting. Join the cult of a stupid, lazily put together shirt.
It's not about the shirt, TJ.
It's about the phenomena. The
No.
cultural
It's not even that.
Well, what is it, Paul?
It's gorilla. See?
It's Gorilla isn't stupid. It's highly intellectual. Yeah, I mean, he's right. He's right. Doom Kid is right. Got links being posted. Buy your very own It's Gorilla shirt. A cheap pile of shit. Only $15. You can have your own It's Gorilla shirt. A real-life Tasmanian devil would eat 90 gorillas. Whoa. Bold words, bold words. It's chimpanzee. That's not a thing, sir.
Yeah, quit fucking, what? You trying to appropriate my bit?
He's trying to be like, yeah, Paul's got the whole it's gorilla thing, but my thing is it's chimpanzee.
That would be kind of funny, though, because chimpanzees are fucking vicious.
They are.
So it would be kind of an interesting fight, but no, sir, you don't get to steal its chimpanzee. Jungian.
Just apropos of nothing.
Yep, I know. I just love the chat, dude. It's just like fucking, it's a fucking like an endless procession of gibberish, and it's like we're a lot of the times, especially when we do these, you would think that like because we're having a more focused conversation with each other, that the chat would reflect that and be trying to, you know, add to whatever it is we're riffing on at the moment. But it's actually the opposite. It's like, oh, they're ignoring us now. Well, we'll just do more gibberish. It gets worse. So it's like, it's so fucking
depressing.
I mean, that just doesn't seem to work anymore. Depressing as a word doesn't seem to really encapsulate it anymore.
It's too all-encompassing. Man.
Yep.
That's like your streams, Paul. Endless gibberish. Wow.
Oof, man. I don't know how I'm going to ever fucking recover. Is that the Western of... Dude, odds on Western having more subscribers than Doodle Wazzy or whatever's 3. Yay or nay? Somebody go check for me. But don't say it in the chat yet. What do you think, TJ?
I mean, Toast Woozy.
Toast Woozy or that dork?
I'm going to say he has none.
Really? You're going to say 0?
0.
Somebody in the chat that I trust, go check, dude. How many subscribers does Western have?
Western.
Oh, sorry. Western. Not
4? Damn,
they're tied at 4. So because
Toast Woozy must have got a new sub.
Yeah, dude.
From our
We put Toast Woozy under the spotlight, and one poor blighted soul.
It's a dead heat. Who will prevail, Toast Woozy or Western?
Which one of these two unwatchable fucktards is gonna have a completely insignificant amount of subscribers by the end of tonight? You will decide. 4, dude. That's so funny.
Doom Kid subbed to Toast Woozy.
Doom Kid, you troll.
You expect me to be insightful at 3 a.m. Pacific time? I'm insightful at 5:01 fucking Central time.
Yeah,
so
dipshit.
Why the fuck not? Bitch?
Cry me a river, bitch.
I mean, I guess you know. Yeah, I mean, like, okay, yeah, you could just passively watch this. So, I mean, if like you participate in the chat, that's a decision. So maybe you should have something to say. I don't know. Whatever. I've given up on that long ago. So Paul seems like he continues to want, like, man, why can't the chat just be smart and insightful? They can't. I don't know. They can't, though, so It's like, why can't it be sunny today? Well, it's raining. Fuck you.
Yep. Well,
When we get a weather changing machine or something. Let's see if our terrible sales pitch sold any more of these stupid shirts.
0 of 1 sold. Nope.
That's a different shirt. That's just
okay.
my old anti-murder shirt. Nope, same amount. No
Yeah.
one's buying.
Well, it was a terrible pitch after all. It was pretty bad.
It was awful. I was pretty much
So I don't.
like,
Yeah.
You're basically stupid if you buy this. 13 people are already stupid, but you too can be stupid.
It's Gorilla, dude.
I mean, what more can you say?
It's difficult for the chat to be smart and insightful when there is collectively so much gorilla nonsense. Here's the thing. Don't be sour. Like, if you don't like what we're doing over here, that's fine. But you're the one being a sour piece of shit. If you don't like gorilla nonsense, then go listen to non-gorilla nonsense.
Gorilla, 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 gorilla.
Just don't be a whiny bitch and expect me to solve your content problem for you. It sounds like you got a content problem. It's like, you know, you can change the channel, right? Go watch something that meets your fucking, I'm sure, towering intellectual fucking standard.
Hey, TJ, did you hear Kanye is apparently a Peterson fan and Peterson took credit for it? I mean, is credit really the word?
Reddit's the word, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Kanye's 14 subs now. I think Kanye's tweets are entertaining and stuff, and some of them are even somewhat agreeable, but you know, for the most part, he's remarkable in that he's tweeting a lot of fucking vacuous bullshit and he thinks it's really deep.
Well,
and Jordan Peterson being involved in that does not particularly shock me.
Porden Jeterson.
Paul is sour about the chat and has content problem with the chat.
Oh, fuck you, you stupid contrarian
Paul
piece of shit.
ignored the point. Paul ignored the point. You ignore the point, Paul. Why'd you ignore that point? Too tough for you to take it on?
I just hate these dumb motherfuckers, dude. Quit plucking my strings, bitch.
Paul, don't take it personally. I wasn't casting gorilla nonsense in a bad way, just explaining the chat randomness. Yeah, Paul, you're just trying to explain.
You know what?
Paul.
The funny thing is during I'm
so
Gorilla,
impatient.
during when we were doing that bit, the chat was more focused than they ever have been.
Oh, yeah. The chat was 100% focused on
So you're
gorilla
you don't
versus
even,
this, gorilla versus this, gorilla versus this, gorilla
Yeah.
versus this, gorilla versus this, gorilla versus this.
In fact, that bit was born out of the chat constantly not giving up on gorilla versus this.
Yeah. They were just like, they fucking had the mood in the room was gorilla, gorilla, you know?
So you're blaming me for something that the chat did itself. The chat turned it towards gorilla nonsense, and I ran with it and made something funny out of it and sold 13 shirts to people with it, with TJ or somehow.
Paul looked back at Lot and became Paul.
Okay.
He's supposed to,
Yeah,
supposed to look back at Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, whatever. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's Western. Or wait, no, that's
No,
but he is
Schwaggens,
back.
dude. Paul is always smart and the chat is always lame, TJ.
Because that's what I said.
Yeah.
I just got done saying that the chat was super focused and really helpful during the Gorilla versus shit.
We already did Gorilla versus Godzilla. Stop it. Play that for Poral. I don't do requests. I'm not going to go find that in the actual chat and screen cap it and all that shit.
You know what, ridiculous? Quit doing this like I'm a hard ass, and then like when I fuck on you and read your comments for a couple of times, then show your belly and be like, chill, bro. Like that's the beta male tactic. Have you ever seen the little like kind of runty hyena at the back of the pack nipping at the heels of the big old fucking, you know, giant hyena and shit? Come on, bitch. And then as soon as the big hyena turns around and barks at him, he fucking rolls over on his back. Quit being that. Just say, oops, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. You're right, Paul. Or just shut up. You'll look better.
Paul, do you want a hug?
I really look. There's one Do you look forward to any kind of dystopian shit?
I look forward to, I mean, like, when we started talking about that Superman, where, like, if I was Superman, you know, that was, and we were talking about our own dystopias with ourselves in charge, I was kind of looking forward to that one.
What about any aspects of a probable dystopia? Like, let's say, let me give you a hypothetical.
Like,
here.
if they were controlling us with hedonism or something, that might be cool.
What about this? What about there's this national law that's passed,
Right.
called the Internet Accountability Act.
Right.
And what it makes is everybody, all of their usernames and shit have to be their real name. Now, everybody gets one quote-unquote persona. And this is an anonymous character with whom they can say whatever they want and remain anonymous. But you can only make one. Somehow they can limit it. I'm just saying hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
So now everything that you say online is either linked to your real name or your one anonymous profile so that people can maintain that cloak of anonymity if they want it. Like, do you think that would be a bad thing? Do you think it would be a bad thing to institute some kind of policy like that? Forcing people to own the things that they say? Because
I mean, if it'd be much better for the sense of, like, okay, if someone came in something like this and was like, yeah, you just said some dumb shit or something,
right,
you ban them. They can't just go create another account and be back again. Like, here I am again, fucker. It's just like, nope, you're just gone. You get banned once on your real account, once on your anonymous account, and then you're just gone forever. Now, obviously, this wouldn't, I mean, there'd be no practical way for this to work. As the amazing nigay theist is pointing out. Amazing gay theist. That's how it is. Amazing gay theist. What a stupid idea, Paul. I don't think he was proposing this as, like, an idea.
No, I was just asking.
Just asking about a hypothetical.
Because I think for doing exactly like what we do, a lot of streaming and shit, it would just only be a good thing.
It'd definitely be better for us, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because everybody would either, they could come in with their anonymous profile. Everybody has the right to come in and say what they want. But if it's just stupid, spurgy bullshit, then you only have to ban the dude once instead of over and over and over all the time until you finally just give up. You know what I mean? Like that tactic. So once you've crossed a line in a chat, you get one chance and you're gone.
TJ, what's the upside of negativity? That's kind of a stupid question, isn't it? I mean, would you want to just feel positively about everything and not be able to make any sort of judgment calls? Like, my mom just died. That's great. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Obviously, negativity has useful applications. You should feel negatively about some things. Hey, those people are raping that woman. You should be like, that's bad. I feel negatively.
Yeah.
If you feel positively in that situation, you got problems. So negativity definitely has just demonstrable merit on a base level. Now, I could make a more complicated argument for how it's, like general negativity might be good, but I don't even think I have to do that. I've already answered your question. Paul wants a safe space. Answer that shit, Paul.
I want a safe space?
Safe space. We talk about
No.
Paul, safe space.
I want a retard free zone. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's not a safe space. Safe, I guess maybe safe from total fucking nonsense. Like total retardism. I thought you have no morality. At least psychopaths don't have to feel negative in those situations. What? I know it's annoying to y'all, but I know it's like I said, I framed it as a dystopian future possibility. Dystopia doesn't have a positive connotation to it, so I understand that just because it would be really nice for what I particularly do, it would have implications that were really, really scary and, lead to a restriction of freedom of speech and stuff. I'm just saying, man, if I didn't have to ban you fucking really stupid people who come in here to just spam nigger over and over again, if I only had to ban you once, I really wouldn't lament losing that part of my, First Amendment right, I guess. I'd be willing to be beholden to the same thing because it's just not part of my gig to lurk around on anonymous accounts and shit and say shit to people. Like, everywhere I go, it's as Paul's ego. That's a natural inclination for me to not. Now, it's not to say that I haven't used, alts to do a little troll spying and shit in the past. I myself am not guilty of sin. Let he is without sin cast the first stone. Is that what? How does that go? Who cares? It's from the Bible. It's a piece of shit. No one's forcing you to be here, Paul. Same right back at you. Now what? Where does that leave us? I mean, did you think that was going to be like a real snappy comment? Because it looks like you capitalized it all properly. It's very well structured. Did you think that was going to be like a boom, got him comment? Next. Cast stone. Right. It was the glass and cast that had me fucked up. Let he who was out without sock account cast the first Spurgy rant. Yes. I actually agree with that.
So we're seeing Avengers.
Yeah, in like 6 hours or something.
Yeah. Well, 7.
Well,
6 and some change.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. We got to leave here in like 6 hours.
Yeah. Probably try to catch another nap before we do that. But
it's probably a smart idea.
Not really feeling too tired right now because I took that weird long sleep earlier.
Here's the problem, though, TJ.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we got that.
And then other stuff.
And then we're doing counterpoint.
And then a drinking contest the next day.
Yeah, and then DFF private episode.
Yeah, the drinking contest.
No. Tomorrow's Friday. It's just a normal Friday DFF private episode.
Yeah,
plus
the day after that.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, TJ, what is your response to criticisms? Your videos always let's see you do better. Should you not be able to critique movies or cinema because you haven't made any movies?
No, but we're not talking about movies or cinema when you're telling me that I'm boring or move on or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you have plenty of other options.
Yeah, you're coming to me at my job. It's like if I'm a teller at a fucking gas station, you're like, you know what, dude? When you ring up shit on your fucking register, you should do this.
I mean, like if you're like on one of these like touristy places where there's all kinds of street performers and shit. If you're walking down the street and you see a dude, doing some kind of street performer act and you don't like it, do you be like, you suck, boo?
Yeah,
boo,
or like, hey, dude, you know what? When you were juggling 3 banjos at once while playing a techno song with your feet on, the drums and shit, here's how you could have done that better. No, you don't. You just either look at it and give him $5 and walk away,
or
when you're done being entertained, or you were never entertained by it and you leave. But for some reason, I'm in the same fucking boat. My gig happens to be talking shit about shit. People like to breeze by and watch me do it, but I have to deal with a nattering cloud of assholes that are like dudes standing around a street performer going, boo. Yeah, stretchy dude, you're not flexible enough, man. Here's how you can be more flexible. And it's like, fuck you. Just let me be bendy.
So in short, you're not really equivalent to a film critic criticizing a film.
Yeah, you're nowhere near that. You've elevated yourself beyond what you really are, which is an anonymous douchebag on the internet who has no accomplishments under his belt that I can see given his username. therefore no reason to take his advice on how I make my nut. I think I know better how to do this on the internet than you do based on what you're... Now, if you want to if you've got a super secret identity, like if you're a Markiplier or, fucking somebody with some notable fucking subscribers under your belt and you want to drop the fucking anonymous account for a minute and reveal that, then I'm willing to fucking give a mea culpa. But until then, suck my dick.
And that salt cometh forth again.
I mean, why do you guys always remark about it? You guys are like people that stand around by fucking Old Faithful every day, and you're like, oh, it erupted again. It's like at some point, do you guys just go like, oh, this fucking hole in the ground is going to erupt every day. Yep, that's part of our lives now.
Does Paul watch Markiplier? No, I don't think he does.
No, I don't. I was just trying to think of a YouTuber with an obscene amount of subscribers.
Didn't he talk some shit to you one time?
Markiplier? I don't think it was Markiplier. It was
some big YouTuber came and said some shit about one of your videos one time.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who it was. It was like some Tool channel or something. I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, some dude that had a bunch of subscribers, and I had basically no. Well, I mean, I had a pretty respectable amount. I had like 20,000 subscribers at the time or something.
Right.
And but he had like an obscene amount, 800,000 or more or some shit. Yeah. And he just left a comment on my video, and people saw in his feed that he had left that comment, and he unleashed a torrent of just like hate out of nowhere. I mean, it was nothing like what you were describing on the show last night, the type of shit you've been through. I mean, it wasn't 6 weeks worth of death threats from the Buddhists or anything, But I was just like, whoa, somebody with a lot of subscribers don't like me. Okay.
People who comment on the internet have bloated self-importance. I agree entirely, Paul. Is that like a subtle jab?
What? What did he say?
People who comment on the internet have bloated self-importance. I agree entirely, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to be like,
That's a total backhanded fucking compliment there.
I couldn't agree more that, yeah. You don't agree. I see what's going on. When TJ reads really stupid stuff, he usually just says, okay, but the stupidity really gets to Paul. Poral. That's true.
It does.
I'm way more dismissive of it. Like, I enjoy hearing Paul go off on a tangent and rant at it, but like for me, I'm just kind of like, all right, yep, stupidity, great, yep, okay. More stupidity, and occasionally I'll be like, God damn it, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Yeah. I mean, you have to with this chat.
Usually I do.
But I like to do it a little more because sometimes they really need it.
I used to think Paul kayfabed his rage, but now I don't know.
I really don't.
I think that Paul more just unleashes his rage.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't. You shouldn't get the impression of like if you're just out and about with Paul is constantly like, God damn this fucking blah, blah, blah. But you can definitely see it in his face when he's pissed. And it's not. I mean, Paul's got the kind of face where he always looks a little pissed, but you could tell when he's actually starting to get pissed because it's just more like. Like you could just feel him taking his rage and be like, okay.
It just happens.
All right, it's in there. I'm pissed now. And usually it's like, keep it in, keep it in, keep it in. Yes, I understand.
Tame us, Paul. You sick fucks. You see, that's the thing, man. You get off on this shit. I shouldn't do it, but whatever. I like indulging the trolls. See, that's the thing. A lot of these dudes, what are they in here for? When they're just like, you hate Ben, you've a drunken peasant, all the non-natter. What they want you to do is blow up at them and have a meltdown. And it's like, why not just give them what they want so often that it just becomes part of the routine? You know what I mean?
Old Faithful. It's eking Paul worse than mad at chat Paul. Eking?
Eking.
What the fuck is eking?
I don't know.
All right. I think you need to rephrase. Gonna sleep, huh? Good night. Paul and TJ block. It's not. No one blocked your Streamlabs. It's just fucking Streamlabs sucks.
Yeah.
A lot of times they don't work.
You must be new here. Streamlabs is a piece of shit.
Paul, it's Daddy Parky. Sorry, I called you worthless. Actually, no, I'm not. Trollololo. And that's from Paul's Dad-As, the name of that account.
Paul's dad.
Paul, it's Daddy Parky. Sorry, I called you worthless. Actually, no, I'm not. Trollolo.
Oh man, dude, my dad's a real asshole.
That's his real dad too.
Yeah.
You told me your dad was kind of a dick, but I had no idea. No idea he was trolling this chat. I feel existential terror when Paul blows up at me. I've no desire to piss you off. Damn.
What? Who?
Some dude called the Jester.
I mean, that just he completely removes any credibility from what he said. Because now I just imagine him saying it as an actual jester, like, "Oh, King Paul doth pour his rage upon me if I should speak out of turn about him." You know what I mean?
Paul's rage is hot. I want angry Paul to make love to me and give me hemorrhoids with his massive.
Why do you guys get
length.
horny when I get mad at you? Is that what this is about? This weird transaction we have? Because I never consented to any sex
Punish
shit.
me, Paul. Punish me. Speak
Like,
ill of me.
This
Tear
was
me
never
down.
this was never sexual for me.
Oh, yeah.
This was always personal.
Yeah, tear me apart. Oh,
Thanks for the €5
destroy
or whatever.
my
Vince.
psyche, Paul. Oh, humiliate me. Tell me I'm a piece of shit. On another note, I saw a woman so ugly today that it actually hurt my feelings. Damn.
That's mean.
What was that about?
Yeah, why do you have to be mean? She's a person. She's got feelings and shit.
And apparently she causes feelings.
She didn't pick ugly. It just happened to her, you know?
Yeah, my philosophy on that is, you know, if someone, I mean, like, given the person actually being around, it's like, I'd never call someone ugly just because they're ugly if they were, you know, nice or whatever. But if someone turns out to be a piece of shit and they're also ugly, I'm definitely bringing up the ugly.
I mean, I might make fun of somebody for being ugly.
Yeah,
even
sure.
if,
I mean, but I'm saying, like, if they're
their,
actually there, you know,
Right.
like you, like if you're fucking out and about and there's some ugly person that's being nice to you, you're not gonna be like, "Thanks, ugly fuck," you know.
Right.
You know, but if someone's a dick, you know, if someone like crashes into your car and is like, "Fuck you," you'd be like, "Whatever, you ugly son of a bitch," or whatever the fuck you say. Good boy, Wes. Good boy. What'd he do? I will arduously uphold my credibility and sensibility as a fan from now on and only write insightful, sterile comments. Wow. What a fucking martyr, dude. God damn, such... Wow.
I know. It's just such a
He's
back
so
and forth.
victimized. You notice that?
Yeah.
I guess I'll just write sterile pap from now on. It's like, I guess that'd probably be better
It's
than
like,
your
is there a
usual
middle ground
nonsense.
between sterile pap and nigger, 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 nigger? Can we find that? Can you aim for that instead of sterile pap?
Instead of blaming the chat, why don't you work on your approach? Sorry, I just went into a fucking stupid coma.
The approach is... never mind. Yeah, you're right.
Yep, you're right, buddy. We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
You were on it. We're on it. Thanks, baby. Thanks for making me a sandwich, Chelsea. Thumbs up.
Are you coming to Avengers, Chelsea? Sweet. Avengers at noon tomorrow, TJ.
Today.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't want to hear no shit from you neither.
What?
I don't want to hear no... TJ, it's 11:30.
Oh, you're gonna-
It's time to go to the goddamn movie.
You're
TJ,
hearing
we gotta
shit.
go.
You're
Oh,
hearing shit.
you're gonna be like,
Fuck
dude,
goddamn.
fuck this fucking. No, you gotta go, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
No, but you're gonna be fucking late, and then it's gonna piss everybody off, and it's gonna be shitty for no reason. Don't make it shitty.
Shut up, Paul. Don't try to change I don't try to change you, all right?
I'm not trying to change you. I'm just saying once in a while, get up with vim and vigor at 11:30, dude. Let's go. Let's go get some popcorn. Let's be gluttons and watch a, possibly bad, possibly good movie.
I'm hoping it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I
I
have
have decent hopes. I don't know. Paul's ego. I forgive you, Daddy. All hail the chat.
Whoa, I gave myself money.
Yeah, dude. There you are.
It's a low point for me. Did you guys see the clip of Paul's ego donating himself money, dude? It's over.
What a loser. Please review Avengers. I'm sure we'll do something about it.
You iPhone piece of shit. I hate it when it's like, there's an update to iOS available. And you're like, no. And then 3 seconds later, it's like, there's an update to iOS available. And you're like, no, I don't want it.
I hate how fucking all of these softwares and all these operating systems and shit are constantly like, got an update for you. And it's like, oh my God. Because I don't want to exaggerate, but like, at least 20% of the time, it just fucks everything.
Dude, why
right
can't
the
they do
fuck
what
up.
like World of Warcraft does? You know what World of Warcraft does? It's kind of cool. You could be playing it and updates in the background as you're playing. It lets you play the game while adding in the new areas and content and shit that you aren't in as you're playing slowly. You know what I mean? Why can't that be the way that this shit happens? Why do I gotta fucking shut down my phone for 3 hours while it installs? You know, just do it slowly in the background. Whatever. Venom's tongue looks like a turd. Does it?
I like the look that they gave Venom in there. I'm kind of worried. I'm not worried for this. I mean, Paul has his own worries and shit. My big worry is the part of the trailer that summarized the plot of the movie was bad. Now, when it got to him actually having his powers and shit, I thought there was some interesting looking stuff. But this plot they've decided to go with is so cookie cutter.
Yeah, it looks really bad.
And I'm really kind of wondering if they're going to push the Venom character far enough for him to be interesting as Venom.
We'll see.
I mean, I know they're going for more of an anti-hero than Venom as a villain, which Venom has done both in the comics, whatever. But I was kind of hoping he'd be an out-and-out villain. But if they're going to go anti-hero, they better go strong anti-hero where...
And he better have some of the attributes of Venom, too.
He's
like
gotta be...
callous disregard for life and violence and all that shit.
Yeah, he's got to be... I mean, like, he's got to be fucking willing to rip someone apart and stuff. I mean, even, like, Venom cannot be... Venom has to kill, and Venom has to kill brutally. And if he doesn't do those things, then he's not Venom to me.
Marshall says rumor is that Venom will not be in the movie long at all. If that happens, it's gonna suck. If it's all about, like, the dude that becomes Venom getting the Venom suit and then the last half hour is Venom, it's a shit movie already. Like, you want to see how to do, like, a superhero rollout movie, but really quick? Deadpool. How much time did Deadpool spend as not Deadpool in that movie?
Not a whole lot. And mostly through flashback, right?
Yep. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, I understand that our culture is going to be obsessed with these superhero movies for a while yet. But can we just stop the origin story thing?
Nope.
Like, I mean, I'm serious. Like, we don't really need it anymore. We really don't.
But the answer to your question is no. We don't need it, but the people in Hollywood doing these things are uncreative.
Hey, Polly, it's Ashley. Your panties have poo-poo stains on them, and Scotty is going to lick them clean.
Oh, no, dude. Ashley putting personal business.
Why are you airing that dirty laundry? I mean,
dude, my dad earlier fucking on me.
Your dad was here. You're doing super chats to yourself. Ashley's coming on here and fucking saying shit.
What a fail, dude. The Paul's ego meltdown. I got people DMing me right now going, get off the stream, Paul's ego. It's too much. Going down in flames.
I'm one of the few people who thought Deadpool sucked. Well, I didn't really think it sucked. I hate this word I'm about to use, but I thought it was a little overrated. Which just means I didn't like it as much as other people did. And it was really just like, I didn't think the humor was funny. But, you know, I don't know. I thought it was fun. It was a fun movie. I liked, I liked it was willing to do a lot of R-rated crazy shit. But yeah, I mean, like, if I was in charge of the Venom movie, like, I wouldn't even be fucking with Venom's origin story. I'd just be like, here's Venom. Do you really need to know why? Fuck you. Throw him into a fucking adventure. You know? Maybe you could have a throwaway line like, you know, this, yeah, ever since you've got in touch with that symbiote, like, we've already accepted all kinds of shit goes on in this world. I feel like we can just introduce him as Venom.
Yep.
Here he is. He's Venom.
They're not smart,
What's he up
though.
to today? This.
It's going to be a whole movie of Tom Hardy running around, and then, yeah.
I'm an investigative journalist. No. I'm on the heels of some big corporation. It's, oh my God. How many times have we seen it? Stop. Just give me Venom. Talk about Jeff breaking up with Worski. We talked about that a bunch earlier. It's earlier in the stream. Go back. I don't know when. You can find it. Tom Hardy is the future. I mean, I have high hopes for the movie, but I just don't know.
Tom Hardy's pretty cool, but...
I mean, he's good, but I mean, he can't single-handedly make a fucking shitty movie work.
Nope.
They're just introducing Venom so he can team up with Spider-Man to fight Carnage. I don't think that's true, because they should have him fight Spider-Man first. I mean, that'd make more sense.
Right.
But they're trying to give Venom an origin story independent of Spider-Man, because they obviously don't want to repeat that fucking Spider-Man 3 debacle. They already fucked up that story. No point in trying to tell it again. How does this Venom look in compared to the one in Spider-Man 3? Like, way more like Venom. I can tell you that much. Thoughts on Deadpool 2? I don't know. I haven't seen it. I think I saw a trailer for it. I mean, it looks like it looks like it's gonna be as good as the first one, which for most people is probably like, yeah, and for me, it's kind of like, oh, all right, cool. Check that out when it comes to video on demand or something. I definitely ain't gonna shell out theater ticket prices to see it. I don't know. Maybe I will. We'll see. Cody Weber make this music? I really don't even know what's playing, honestly. A donation has been made to you. All right. Oh, shit. I wonder if this one will come through. Doesn't look like it is. So that, you won't believe who's left a super chat now, dude.
Who?
Your sperm.
What? Even they've turned on me yet again?
Hey, Paul, we've been on strike your whole life because you feed us nothing but cheeseburgers.
I mean, I have no comeback. It's true.
Yeah, you have no comeback to your cum. Is this the 24-hour stream? Nope. In fact, I was thinking about ending it right about now.
Yeah, that seems smart since we got to go start a long-ass day in about 5 hours.
See yas.